The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, it's Game of the Year, bitches! What do you do
when it's all over?
How do you hand something from one player to another?
Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the new plan.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan. You gotta be back away from the mic because it's fucking popping when you're doing that shit.
Good.
I am Joe.
I'm Caleb. I'm gonna need more of a Hispanic cry next time.
I'm Zach.
I'm Jacob.
I'm A4.
And today is the day we announce Nude Clan's Game of the Year, Retro Game of the Year, Worst Game of the Year, or Piece of Shit Game of the Year. I don't know if we ever... I can't remember the actual official titles for these things.
Garbage.
We're going to announce Audience Maximus, and then Jake here is going to take us through the Hog status.
Hog stats.
For 2021. It's going to be a great episode, guys. I'm super excited. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the fucking Hog status. And I think what Jake said earlier was if one of us is mentioned on one of these top 10 lists,
Or if anyone just wants to take control of it. And
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I want to do TV.
Let's have Jake introduce the Hog status for those that we have new. Maybe there's new listeners of the year.
Jake, can you do that?
Let's remind them you're the official you
Hog
officiate
Commissioner.
this.
Hog Commissioner,
Sorry.
yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
As the I'm not
I'll
the
run
hog.
the fucking
I'm
show.
I'm not the hog person anymore. It's been changed. So
Oh yeah, we also have to announce who is King Hog.
I have graciously stepped aside.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. You made that perfectly abundantly clear.
Oh, yeah.
At the beginning of the year.
And just so everyone's clear, the only reason I went so hard the first year was to beat Craig.
It's because there can only be one
And you
fat
broke
guy
him.
on the
He's
show.
gone. Congratulations.
I'm sorry, I didn't
And
mean to drive
now-
him away.
Yes, but at what cost?
I know, I didn't mean to drive him away.
And what do we call?
I miss you, Craig.
What's
every
the
day.
What's the BMI cutoff for fat guy here, Schweiss?
34.
34? Okay, all right.
Wow.
Looks like I'm skinny.
That's
Look like I'm
just right at the cutoff always, white trash.
Morbidly obese level? What is that? 34?
I don't know.
I'll
I think
have to
so.
Look it up.
I'm not quite there. I mean, I might be again. I don't know. I kind of chunked back up.
I don't know either.
Just remember, every year we do the stats on hoggive.heroku.
Heroku app.
Heroku app.
Yeah.
It
The,
needs
uh,
to finally get changed into a real app on the Google Store, Matunica.
That's
So, come on.
about $1,000.
Yeah. Funding. Let's do this.
We might have been able to afford that at some point. No, we could, if you guys want to join in the Hog League, please, log your media consumption and your workouts. And the link for it will be in the description of this episode.
I feel like out of all the hosts, I mean, you're really good, Jake. A4 is really good, and so is Schweiss. I didn't look at yours.
I'm all right.
I could have. I
had
see,
a
like, my name's like, I'm
Who's
all
on
right,
a
but I didn't do as
category?
good as I should have been.
As far as hogging everything, yeah, Joe hogs everything.
Okay.
Yeah, except for exercise. I really should have hogged that
Yeah, you should have.
because I was
Yeah.
exercising almost every day of the year, and I didn't fucking
I've been seeing
put
your
that in.
your posts you've been throwing up for the marathon thing. That's pretty sweet.
Here's the deal, and if anybody watches, the 12 people who watch this on YouTube, I guess will know. But I did another what are my goals for we used to do them on this show, but
Previous hosts who have been driven away.
previous hosts and
People
current
never
hosts
adhered to them.
don't like having goals, I guess. So
Goals for the new year are meant to be broken. That's all that.
I don't
That's
think so.
laws.
I don't
That's
think
what laws are
so.
meant to
I
do.
think they're
You call them goals. I call them future disappointments.
I think if you're not going forward, you're going backwards. Okay, you can
Yeah.
write that down. I'm sure someone else said it before me for sure. But either way,
Quarter of a mile at a time.
here's the deal. Here's the deal. I had a crazy busy year this year. I'm usually like way more like media heavy, like way more movies, more books or whatever. And a big chunk of my time was taken up with like Spanish kind of stuff. But as far as like physical fitness this year, I do weigh about 9 pounds more than I did this time last year. So I gained weight, but I am in better shape. So
Which you really shouldn't be looking at the scale
Yeah.
more. Like it's how you feel. Like because you're gaining
also
more muscle.
how
an
the,
extent.
also
But, like,
how the
you're-
shirt
but
fits.
you're gaining. Yeah. Well, sorry, but you're gaining more muscle too.
I hope so, but
Is that a medium shirt?
no, this is a large.
Okay, I was like, God, what the fuck?
Yeah, this is a dress on me. This is a
Okay.
large.
That's crazy.
When I have low self-esteem in the morning, I put on the large shirt. I have like 2 large shirts, and I'm like, I feel fat. I'm gonna put on the large.
I'm sorry you're having issues
No,
today.
so here's the deal. I have to be, for my job, in shape to do the Uinta Highline Trail in 4 fucking days in the summer. That is 110 miles in 4 days. So I said, okay, my cardiovascular strength, I've never ran in my life, by the way, ever. So I fucking hate it. I used to
briskly
have
walk, and that's it. I
yeah,
swear.
that's it. That's it. I've never like had a 1 mile run under 13 minutes ever, because I would walk half of it. But here's the deal. I have to be in shape for that by the summer. So I have to be in marathon shape cardiovascularly. So I'm starting with a 5K. After the 5K training plan, I'm going to the 10K training plan. After the 10K, I'm doing
You're
the
not
half
even running a
marathon.
marathon. I was like impressed. I was like, dude, that's
I
awesome.
will
What
run a
okay.
marathon
I was
in
like,
order.
see,
He's
okay.
getting there.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's,
see,
it's
that's-
step by step.
I thought you were just using the training regimen for
Yeah.
the hike. Okay, no, okay, so
Well, it's both. I
Okay.
mean, I have to be in marathon running shape. I might as well run a fucking marathon
well, I was
at
gonna
the
say
end
like,
of it.
okay, because I was confused. I was like,
Yeah, because
oh, I'm like, sorry for congratulating
Yeah.
you. I guess.
I mean, it might be a marathon where I'm on the treadmill for like 6 hours. I have no fucking
Jesus
idea how
Christ.
long that'll be, but
You
like,
gonna
I'm-
have someone
Yeah,
like
dude, I
I'm not
wouldn't-
gonna sign up for an official
wouldn't just
marathon.
run
I'm
around
just
Cedar
gonna
City.
I'm just gonna run
You
the,
might get
the
stopped.
mileage. Anyway, so I'm actually like it's really working. Like I've never ran for 8 minutes straight before, and I've had to do that. Like I'm getting better at it.
That's awesome.
I've always been like I'm the opposite. My genetics are like strength genetics. They are not
gay.
They are not endurance genetics at all.
I was gonna say
So-
some of them might be a little questionable.
No.
Question
I was
marks?
always like when I was in high school, I was always either the strongest kid or the second strongest kid in weightlifting. Always. Like, and that was it. And so I know what I'm good at sports wise, and it's lifting heavy shit. It is not running.
I feel that in my soul.
So it's just like I have to do this. And my dad used to run because he was in the special forces, and that's how he stayed in shape. He like ran 4 miles a day, and so like I know it's possible. Like,
Right, you just
and
never
I've been doing that 5K plan. It's about 6 weeks, and then there'll be a 6-week 10K plan, and then I'll go up from
That's
there.
rad.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
Fuck.
yeah, that's part of my goals. It's just to be in shape. It's not necessarily to lose weight this year just because of that fucking hike. Although I might take like 2 weeks between training regimens and like crash diet for 2 weeks and then get back on the training regimen because I am gaining weight because I'm eating food because I have to eat food because if I don't
Yeah.
eat food,
Yeah,
I'm
you
going
have
to
to
feel
have
like
the energy.
dog shit. So
Get that.
Anyway.
Just get that.
go fuck yourself. I was on a diet. I was doing quite well compared to
Yeah,
other
you're fasting.
when I'm on fucking like Hinge or on Tinder and I'm seeing all these fat fucks, I'm like, I'm doing pretty well for 30 years old. Like, not doing too bad. Anyway, that has nothing. Well, it kind of has something to do. We might as well start with that category, Jake.
Yep.
Fat
First one
boy.
on here. Top 10 in fitness. Number 1 is Frost. 2, Irat. 3, myself. 4, Combaticon. 5, Aerobert. 6, Smug Holo. 7, Funtamop. 8, Felicia Nomiko. 9, A4. Congratulations. And number 10, Doc Chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, 4 looks like all the dancing games in the world couldn't get you to number 1.
Congrats to Frost for hogging all that workout time.
Yeah.
Frost
Frost is like the
10,000.
goat this year.
Walking at work doesn't count, right? We
No,
just
I've
know.
never counted it.
Okay, all right. Just remember that, people.
Yeah.
Because
Can't count 8-hour fucking shift of
I
work.
walk like at least 15,000 steps a day, almost every day I work. So that's a lot of walking.
15,000? That is a lot
That's
of
a
walking.
shitload of
Yeah.
walking. Yeah, I know.
That's like
2,500.
For me, that's like 6.5 miles or
Yeah.
something like that.
Some days I
Can we
have over
count?
10
Can we
miles.
count restless leg syndrome? Does that count as exercise?
Yes,
If the step counter counted it.
yeah, I'm doing it now. I'm working out.
Wait. If we can't count walking at work, you can't count any of your hikes. That's walking at work.
Fuck you. Fuck
Technically, I mean technicality. We got the commissioner here. What do you think?
you.
Let
Extra
him slide.
size. That is not my normal day at work.
That's still work.
That is extra.
I mean, he is a video editor, so I mean that is a little
exercise
extra.
versus extra. So exercise is exercise. If you wouldn't normally do it during the day, you're going out of your way to do it.
Sorry,
it's
buddy.
exercise.
Unless you're like
So we're rewarding the lazy.
Unless you're like
people.
a sports player and you listen to the show, then working out does count.
yeah.
Well, that's where it starts to get muddy.
Here's the deal.
you're
It's
like a
going to
pro
be muddy.
football-
It's going to be muddy,
Pro
but
footballers
look,
watching our show.
if you're exercising, you're exercising. Just
wrestler.
put
Well, I
it-
mean,
just
if
put it
there's
fucking
brain
down.
damage, probably Antonio Brown.
we got a pro wrestler that likes Ultima a lot.
Oh, do we?
He tweets me every once in a while. Yeah, it's
Oh,
kind
that's
fun.
awesome.
Who is it?
I can't remember what his name is. He's not like a huge.
Then it
Sure,
doesn't
they're fun.
count.
I mean,
Well,
it's
like
not like it's.
AEW kind of stuff and
It's not like it's fucking.
Pro Am.
I almost named a wrestler and then I realized I don't know. It's not like Hart. What's his name?
Kevin Hart?
No, not Kevin Hart.
The Rock.
Wrestler Kevin Hart.
Yeah, it's not The Rock.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he's definitely a listener, but he does not. He's never gonna go.
Speaking-
Is it one of the
Speaking
guys?
of
Is it one of the
listeners,
guys from?
Would you
Is it
like
one of the
to
guys
read
from
the
New
next-
Day or?
Shut up, A4.
No, if
No, I'm just kidding. What do you say?
Speaking of listeners, go ahead, Zach.
Oh, I can. It looks like the next set of
Go bottom to top.
Yeah.
okay Geekdom podcast listeners, or like the
Who
ones that, like, top
simps
10.
for this
I
network
think
the
top
most?
10. Number 10 is Bob Ertis. Number 9, Kabatakon. Number 8, our very own A4 Extreme.
you listen.
He likes to listen to
Yeah!
himself.
He listens to himself talk.
I
Wait,
listen to myself, and I
did you-
honestly hardly ever hog this.
Did you count being on the podcast as?
He's like, I'm listening to it every day. I'm here.
I listen to it because usually, like, sometimes there's just like audio fuck
Yeah.
ups, and I have to just.
I
That's how
listen.
I did
I
for
listen
the
to the ones that have really funny moments. So I'll re-listen to those at work.
Okay.
To be fair, sometimes I have to listen back so I can remember what the fuck I'm supposed to draw for the thumbnail.
Same.
So.
Same for the name of the episode. I'm like, wait, what does this thumbnail mean?
Yeah,
Thumbnail
I
mean?
did it for
What
the
fuck?
editing. when I
Oh,
had to
especially
do
with my
30
thumbnails. Yeah, that's like, it's the weirdest version of fucking telephone you could possibly get, where you get like a cursed ass drawing from me, and it's like, what was the title of this shit again?
Man, what the fuck did we even talk about? It's just a guy in the shape
drawing
of a
this.
bunch of scribbles.
A4 gets paid to draw a lot worse. Number 7 is Kyo Live at Home. 6, Felicia Nomiko. 5, Frost. 4, Arrowbert. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
3 is Digimass. 2, Smug Holo. And number 1, how many hours or how
Shit
many
talker.
podcasts did you
It was
say?
like about 450 episodes.
400.
Nice.
Brulo.
Nice.
Brulo.
The simple word
Holy
goes to.
shit. The
Thank
simple
you
word.
for putting stats into our
Yeah,
downloads.
we'll make sure the simp that Schweiss sends you some of his gamer girl bathwater. Congratulations.
And a statue of someone
don't drink
bending
it.
over.
Don't smoke it. It's yours.
Yeah, I would drink it. But
I would drink
Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Schweiss's Gamer Girl bathwater has like at least 4% alcohol by volume. So.
yeah, you probably don't want to throw that away.
You get drunk, just stop flicking his forehead.
Jesus Christ.
Get some salt on there and like some lime. Just
Tequila and lime.
Chase it with Schweiss. There's it's like a second, it's like a cap on top that's like full of a cum shot. And you just have to like,
oh my god.
God.
Schweiss's Gamer Girl bathwater is a hazy IPA with a citrusy
So
taste.
I know this was Geekdom podcast, but
It's a
is
little
there any-
frothy.
Is there any other podcasts you guys been listening to?
Like what
Oh,
podcast?
Not dedicated
There's
ones.
like a one. Like, what was your one for the year? Like, isn't necessarily one of ours because I'm not gonna listen to mine.
There is a question for episode 300 that's like, what podcast you listen to?
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
We'll answer that in episode.
Yeah, we
300.
can episode 300. By the way, is going to be a massive Q&A. Now we will answer a few questions for After Dark 2 weeks from now, but the week after that, no holds barred, massive Q&A. Any questions whatsoever, we are going to answer on the show for our 600. Or sorry, please God, no. Our
Pretentious.
300th episode, which we will be recording, I believe, on February 6th.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that, and also like send in your questions. Like you can respond to my tweet on Twitter about it, or you can go to Discord and go into the Nude Clan area and just start fucking just asking away.
Voicemail still exist?
No.
We stopped
Okay.
paying for it.
Oh,
No voicemails,
That's something
people.
we need to announce. Our phone line, people were not using it. I mean, we used to do like half and half with UFF and half with the Nude Clan. People just stopped using it. If you want your voice heard on the show, record an audio file and put it on the Discord, and we can use it the same way.
Yeah, same shit.
So it's all fine. Speaking of fine pages in books. This is the category for who physically read books this year. As we have books and audiobooks, they are separate categories.
Just wait to the next one.
Yeah. So in 10th place for books, Kabaticon. 9th place, Digimass. Then we got Tisaga, Frost, David Portnov. I, myself, Joe, am in 5th place for books
You
read.
can read.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm in 5th place. I didn't read that many books.
No, it's a very, very
Yeah,
low
okay.
bar category.
Okay. I was like, I read like, I don't know, like 4?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
something
that's
like
about
that.
it.
Oh, dude, I could have been on this list when I hog my books. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Very
you know what?
easy
We talked
competition.
about goals. I'm hogging this year.
You're hogging.
I'm
There you
hogging
go.
this year.
Okay.
It's got to go. Man's got a mission.
How do you not just go on your phone the minute you like finish a piece of media and hog it?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like the second high after you finish
I don't
it.
think about it. I'm sorry.
Like every time I finish a game, I hog it. I go on How Long to Beat and I log it there. I log it on
Yep.
my backloggery, and it's the same thing with movies, except with
Points.
Hogib and Letterboxd.
Points. Percentage points.
Points. God, my favorite book that I read last year, physically read last year. I'm trying to remember what I physically read.
Want me to pull it up?
If you can, really quickly. My favorite book that I probably physically read was probably Harry Potter y el Prisionero de Azkaban.
Nice.
In Espanol, because
For you white people, it's Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sure they couldn't get that. But
was a joke.
a lot of because I usually get about average like 2 books, like a book every 2 weeks or something like that, if I'm just left to my own devices. But I have been studying Spanish like a fucking beast this year. And so most of my reading time was in Spanish and listening to audiobooks. And honestly, a lot of that was reading and then re-listening to and then listening to again Harry Potter.
Nice.
Which, of course, I could only count one of each of those, even though I listened to each Harry Potter book
Right.
4 times.
So,
But yeah, that was probably my favorite book of the year.
Going to you talking about learning Spanish, my girlfriend kind of asked me if she's like, so I was like, oh, I want to learn a language. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to learn Spanish. She goes, I'm learning Spanish. You should learn it with me. And I'm like, nah, I'm going to learn.
I'm going to learn what? Go ahead, Zach.
I was like, I'm going to learn Huttese from Star Wars to be a dick. She's like, can you learn something useful? And I'm like, then I went on to read the subtitles in Star Wars.
I love, I think, like, here's the deal. I've never gotten to, like, because I studied Japanese
Yeah.
for about as long as I've studied Spanish. Spanish is way closer to English, so it's way easier, so everything goes way faster. But
Yeah.
now I'm
Well,
at
yeah,
a level.
because it's like Japanese is like a character-based language, right?
Yeah,
Kanji.
and honestly, one of the fastest ways to learn a language is just to read.
Yeah.
It's not to like drill flashcards all day. That's actually really not great in terms of like amount of time spent, enjoyability, and then how much you get out of it. But yeah, the more I've learned Spanish, like the more fun it becomes, because it does eventually just become watching and reading shit. And you're just like, yeah, I'm just watching Dragon Ball Z in Spanish, or I'm just like, reading Harry Potter again in Spanish. Like, it's actually like a lot of fun once you get to like a certain level, and then it kind of like, I don't know. That's why I've spent so much time in it this year versus last year. Like, I was studying Spanish for like the last 3 years, but now it's a lot of fun, and now it's taking up a lot of my time.
I can tell you what books you read.
Oh yeah,
Anyway,
what books did I read?
You got Which Lie Did I Tell? William Goldman.
Oh, that was a great fucking book.
FF15 Dawn of the Future. Not a
That
great
was
book.
not a great book.
The Linguist.
That was the first book I read in Spanish.
The Better Angels of Our Nature.
That should have been an audiobook. Maybe I'm not fifth place.
The Hero of Ages.
Don't say that out loud on the recording.
Uh-oh.
Primitive Mythology.
That one I did physically read. That was really hard. That is not an easy book to read.
Harry Potter y Cámara Secreta.
Oh, La
Harry Potter.
Cámara Secreta.
Y El Prisionero de Azkaban. And then that's it.
Oh, in 2018,
Nice.
you read Hail to the Chin by Bruce Campbell. I kind of want to read that.
Hail to the Chin's a lot of fun. All those Bruce Campbell books are a lot of fun. I've read every book by Bruce Campbell. Brulo is in 4th place. Bob Ertis is in 3rd place. Felicia Nomiko 2nd place.
Makes
and
sense.
the person who read the most books this year on Hogib, Ali G 1020. Congratulations.
And do you know what award you get? Nerd! Just kidding. Way to go. Wait, did you physically read a book this year that you really liked? Or did you just audible it? Audible listen.
I didn't read nothing either.
I mean, we talked about it, so I know you did.
Shit, I don't know if I did. I did the 15 book. Oh, I read Oh, yeah, that book. When I was off for my kid being born, I read like 3 books. One of them was a political book, so that one's like, eh. The other one was, it was a book about a prisoner of war, a guy who got like captured by the Japanese in World War II, and he like had like a crazy fucking time. Like he did that. They threw him in like one of those death boats that the Japanese would just throw a bunch of prisoners into, and they would like just be languishing and starving to death in the bottom of the brig, all alone in the dark. People were like eating each other and shit, and then that got hit by like a missile by a sub because the Japanese didn't mark them as like prisoner of war ships. So they thought that it was like an enemy Japanese ship, so they blew it up, and he lived through that and got recaptured. And he built he was one of the workers that built the River Kwai, like, shit. Like, fucking the bridge.
Yeah.
That was an awesome book. That guy was a badass. That was cool. That's probably the coolest book I read. It was really only like 3 books, but...
Okay. What book? Do you remember the name of it?
I have it.
I have it. Okay.
I don't remember the name, though. It was, oh, fuck, what was it? I don't know. I'll tell you later.
Okay. All right.
Well, yeah, my favorite book that I read this year was The Warded Man. I thought it was really good.
The what?
It's called The Warded Man.
The Warded Man.
It's like it's fantasy kind of, but like so what it is basically is like it's like the future kind of, but futuristic that it's medieval. Because he's like things came up and like they call them demons, where they destroyed like civilization.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so they found these
One of
runes that they can
those.
do, and like these runes like protect from these demons, but like you have to like make sure they're painted and like done up right, or like they'll get through and just slaughter you. But so as like in that story goes on, it's like they're finding like the main dude, like they're looking for these old weapons that can help. But it was pretty fun fantasy. Like I think it's like Brett or something, Peter V. Brett or something like that wrote it. But his writing style was really good, and it was like really like a fun read to just like go through. And it's one of the ones that kind of like Game of Thrones, where it goes by character instead of by chapter. So it's like, oh, you're reading this person this time, and it was an enjoyable read.
Good book. Okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
Jake, did you read anything?
No, I didn't. I don't
Okay.
know how to read.
All right.
Playing too many fucking games.
I mean, if we were doing, if we were doing, what do you call it, the New Year's resolutions, I should probably try to read more this year. I've had fucking Masters of Doom sitting on my nightstand for like a year.
Good
now.
book. It's a good book.
Who's it by?
Yeah.
I don't remember who it's by, but it's a good book.
Is it? I'll try it down.
Yeah, it's just about the making of Doom and like the making of id Software. Really,
that's kind of
Oh,
cool.
yeah. It's called The
I'll be
Forgotten
all right with it.
Highlander. That's what it's called.
Forgotten Highlander.
Yeah.
Forgotten Highlander.
Makes
So
sense.
I guess you can read a book and then you can listen to a book.
You could listen.
So
to
the
a book.
next, Schweiss, would you take it away for this next?
So the next category is Audible. If you don't have
Or
time to read,
you can do audiobooks in Google, or you can. It's just audiobooks.
Amazon,
I like how we call it the Audible one. That's
Well,
like
I feel like that's
that's
like
a
the
company, but okay.
Most, I feel like
Yeah.
that's the most like, recognizable though.
So
I mean,
The
Audible Trial
LibriVox
/
Award.
audibletrial.com//nude-clan.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right. Fuck, we need to plug that shit more.
Yeah, that still exists. It's just not getting us any money. So if you want to get on there, please do. Number 10, Keo Live at Home. Number 9, President. Number 8, Thy Death Sword. Number 7 is Irat. Number 6 is Brulo. Number 5 is Joe.
Best audiobook of the year was Steven Pinkert's Better Angels of Our Nature, by far. That was a fascinating book. Fascinating.
Number 4 is myself.
Bullshit. No.
I intentionally beat you. I was like, can't let Joe beat me.
Well,
this
I
time.
obviously forgot to put some books that into audiobook. So, okay. But
Number
whatever.
3 is Felicia Nomiko. Number 2 is Alig 1020. And number 1, once again, Smug. Hello.
Hello. What was the best audiobook this year, Schweiss?
Man, let me go through them again.
All right, so I'll tell you.
You
mine
got to
if he's
think about it
looking.
before you get to the category.
I understand that now.
Okay.
I would say for me, I'm listening to it a second time actually because it was kind of short. Was Our Martyred Lady is like a Warhammer book.
Okay.
But, like they do all the the sounds like it's war because it's like Warhammer, but it's
Is
like
it also Hammer?
it's it's pretty sweet.
Okay.
A little bit more
it's-
war, a little less
It's
hammer.
it's all voice acted out and like they throw like sound effects. So it's kind of like cool. It's kind of fun. It's fun. It's fun to just listen to it. So it's like Catherine Tate is like the main voice for like the main character that's in it, and then there's someone
Okay.
like reading. It's kind of fun. It was sweet.
Nice.
A4, did you listen to any books?
Nah, I don't have Audible. I need to get on that.
Jake, do you listen to any books?
You know, we
No.
we have a thing you can use A4 to download Audible.
I'm aware.
All right.
I've never heard of this. What is it?
Schweiss, what is it again?
audibletrial.com/nude-clan. That's where you can do that.
Your goals.
cool.
If you don't have if you don't think you have time to read, throw an Audible on in the car.
Ooh, man, this is tough. Ooh. Okay, so I read some leadership books. Those are pretty good.
But did they help you? Because didn't someone else get the job?
Yeah. So those
Looks like you
that's,
could just throw those in the fucking digital
that's
trash.
why they're not the winning book. Economics in One Lesson. That was good. It was like an 8-hour book on economics.
Best book, Schweiss.
Shit, this is a tough one.
I swear to God, if economics wins, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
I read A Memory of Light, which is the last Wheel of Time book, and that's pretty good.
Pretty fucking good book.
Life at the Bottom was an awesome book, too. That's a book from, like, Theodore Dalrymple. He's one of the guests that was on Jordan Peterson's show. He was talking about, like, the culture of poor people, basically.
Okay.
That guy. That book was... He's brutal. And he's funny as fuck in there. Like, there's a lot of, like, dry lines that I was laughing pretty hard at where he's just, like, there's no mercy. It's just full straight on, like, no, you guys are retarded for doing this, like, kind of thing. And the guy...
It brought you back to old times.
Yeah. and he's just the viciousness of his delivery, and the guy who read it was perfect too. So it was a great time. It was a comedy for me.
Okay.
But I read The Righteous Mind. I honestly I don't think it's as good as the two people that told me it was one of their favorite books they've read. At least you said it was your favorite a couple years ago. It's pretty good.
Last year it was, yeah.
It's pretty good, but it's all stuff that I've kind of thought about before. He's like
It's
kind of
like it's an extension of that one chapter in Sapiens that talks about the same stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Sapiens, yeah, I've got my problems with Sapiens now, but it's kind of in that same category where I'm like, I like some of it, but like I kind of know this is stuff I've thought about before. So it's a really good one. But Blood Meridian, that might be the best book that I listened to last year.
I don't know what that is.
That's a Cormac McCarthy book that was recommended by a podcaster I listened to.
Okay.
It's pretty fucking, it's crazy. It's like violent. There's like a million N-words in there. It's like the old South. It's the old South, and they're like
that's
killing.
why you like it.
I loved it. They're killing Native Americans, but it has this character in there that's like,
Is it a fictional book?
yeah, it's fictional. It's fictional, but it's based on an actual group dudes.
But
it's the guy
historical fiction.
It's the guy who wrote No Country for Old Men, the book.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the character in there, it's like he's probably the most evil character I've ever read, and he's like crazy.
Really?
And it's one of those like Dostoevsky style, like really awesome bad guy kind of thing.
Okay.
And I thought it was fucking sweet. Like it's kind of long, and it's kind of like, oh my god, they're slaughtering people again. I was like, so much killing. But it's really good. I think that one or the Norm Macdonald book are probably my favorite books from last year.
Norm Macdonald's
based on a true story. I was like crying, laughing at that a couple times.
Okay.
There's like a scene where he pretends that he goes to prison, and he thinks he has to like rape someone or like be someone's bitch, and he's like revenge raping this guy. And that right as he's doing it, they let him out, and I was laughing so fucking hard. And he's like, "How long was I in?" They're like, "Oh, it was like 4 weeks." And he thought he was gonna be in there for life. Yeah, it was so random, but I was like crying. I was laughing so fucking hard.
That's that Norm. I guess the people who listen to us could probably they probably like Norm Macdonald a lot.
Didn't Norm
really,
Macdonald bite the farm
he just
last year?
Yeah,
E-I-E-I-O.
he did die. He bought the farm in the great beyond.
He would have appreciated that joke. I don't want anyone to give me like dirty looks.
He is pretty funny. He's like a deadpan.
I've been watching. Perfect. There's a fucking YouTube channel that got recommended to me randomly when he died, and it was just Norm Macdonald clips, and that's all it is.
Is it I'm Not Norm?
Yes, it's I'm Not Norm, and I have just been like, when I have nothing to do, I just put that shit on.
It's pretty funny, yeah.
And I just laugh my ass off all the time.
You know, it was a
He's
worse
so
name for airline, 9/11 Airlines. Terrible name. Reminds me of that tragedy.
Yeah, the oh man,
the fucking OJ jokes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the OJ jokes are so good.
God.
My
OJ Simpson has been cleared of all charges against. In other news, murder is legal now.
Murder is legal in the state of California.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I can't. The one that I was laughing at that he mentioned in the book was one that was like, it was like, I unconditionally love my wife, and he's like, just imagine the poor luck that is to be killed by the one person that loves you unconditionally.
If you haven't noticed, this graph doesn't equal 100% because it was written by a woman. No, I'm kidding. We don't hire him here.
Yeah, he's like, a woman wrote that joke, so you can't be offended. Just kidding. We don't hire women.
I think that's my lucky stabbing hat is my favorite of his OJ jokes. Hey, careful with that. That's my lucky stabbing hat. Anyway, sorry to rehash jokes from someone else.
Yeah, from a dead man.
Yeah, go watch
listen to that book.
Because I had listened to Norm Macdonald like a couple times. Like, he was a guest on on podcasts every once in a while. He was funny on Conan. I'd seen him a few times on Conan.
You know what? I feel like the best audio book this year.
When he died, it was just like, oh,
yeah.
I should have appreciated it more.
Well, that's always how it happens.
Yeah.
We rewatched Klaus on Christmas, and I forgot he's in that too.
I just feel like the best book I actually did listen to Audible this year was the Book of Mormon, Another Testament of Jesus Christ.
Did you listen to that this year?
No.
Okay. I was like, it's all right. I mean, there's like one.
To keep with the theme, it
there's
seems
one
like a
book
whole lot
in
of
there.
hogwash.
Is there an Audible?
There's one book in there where like everybody's killing each other.
Oh yeah, those are the tits. Dude.
Yeah,
those
that's pretty sweet.
I would say even the MP3s burn green.
Well, it's
like the Book of Mormon's way more violent than the Bible, like more explicitly violent, which is fun, kind of fun.
Yeah, the Bible.
Well, you have to be like, we hung this bitch from a tree.
The Bible just says cool stuff like turn people into salt piles.
Yeah.
Well, then you have the whole Books of Solomon where he's just like, I'm gonna like touch her breasts, but in like biblical words. The Books of Solomon are amazing,
but you're still jerking off.
Yeah, but the Bible. I mean, there's plenty of violence and like rape and shit in the Bible, but it's all written in a way where it's like kind of like you have to know what they're saying to know what they're saying.
You know, like with some of the best scenes in the Bible, like where the dude was like hiding an angel at his house, and the people in Sodom and Gomorrah were like, "Yo, we want to fuck that angel," and he's like, "No, but I got 2 daughters you can have." And you're just like, "Oh."
There's I think there's the kids that make fun of the guy for being bald.
It's Elijah. They make fun of the prophet, and he's like,
and then
"Get him, bear!"
And then he has 6 a bear on him, and he kills all these children.
Nice.
Yeah,
Get
it's
to
good
that
stuff.
That sounds like a great.
I want to
chapter.
hear Jordan Peterson break apart that chapter and somehow make it.
Well, the bear is symbolic of.
Now, if you want to make
California
fun of
government.
somebody
You shouldn't
for,
make fun of
say, maybe
people.
their silly voice.
It's like, what are you doing making fun of people anyway, you big meanie?
I wonder if the Bible ever got formed into a comic form. That'd be very interesting.
I know there was the Bible too.
100% it did.
Not crucifixing around,
yeah.
but
All right, so top 10 for comics. Bad segue.
That's what you're saying. I was like, what the fuck are you bringing that up for?
Number 10 is
did
Smoke
not-
it was a
Hollow.
good. I think it was a funny segue. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm
I
gonna give
did
it to you.
not
I'm
pick
gonna
up
give it
that
to
that
you.
was a segue. I thought it was just a random fucking comment.
9 is you, Zach. Big Ricks. Oh, comics this year.
What's,
Big
the,
Rick's full.
I don't remember.
what's your favorite comic?
The favorite comic I read this year was probably the one that pushed me into 9 because they're like in omnibus form, so they're like huge. Was Invincible.
Okay.
It is by the same dude that wrote The Walking Dead, Robert
Yeah.
Kirkman. What Invincible is him shitting on superhero culture, where he's just like, oh, I'm gonna throw all this stuff in here. This is what everyone's famous for, and I'm gonna just do this in a book. And like, it's very like
Making fun of the fandom.
kind of making fun of it, but also it's like his own thing. It's really good. Like, it's really, really, really good. It follows this kid who's like his dad's an alien that he finds out like super straight, kind of like Superman almost. But he gets powers of his own, and it's like follows the son story through it, like finding out things about the dad and like his alien race, because like he lies to everyone and stuff. Like, he kind of finds shit out. You find out in the beginning, and then it's like him like going through like finishing high school, having relationships, and I guess I haven't finished the entire series yet. I'm like in almost the third omnibus, but it's him like growing, and then he grows into an adult. So it's like it's a complete almost life of him, and like it's really good. Like the characters are like, he's got some things that are like definite calls back to like Image or like DC Marvel stuff like that, but like it's all like they're all on good terms. Like all the creators like, oh, this is cool, because it's like, oh, it's kind of fun. Like, we'll throw these in there, and it's just cool.
Okay.
It's really good story. He's a good writer.
None of the rest of us read comics. I don't, unless A4 did.
I read up to like chapter 116 of One Piece. So
Oh, okay.
That's a manga.
That keeps going.
just kidding.
That's the same
I'm
shit.
just kidding.
I have hogged
I don't.
Because I
four.
hogged mangas.
I have hogged 4 comic books ever, and it's Batman Year 1, 1 through 4,
Those are good ones. Those are
and then I
good
stopped.
if you're gonna read a
I
comic,
don't know
that's
how
a
to
good
go
one.
about that with logging of the comics and
It's
versus
per
omnibuses and
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, is it per issue? So I was doing it right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
I don't
afraid.
even.
It's like barely any points, so it's pretty.
Okay, that's good. You scared.
Yep.
I was scared.
All right.
Number 8 is Brulo. 7 is Arrowbert. 6, Digimass. 5, David Portnov. 4, Tisaga. 3, Bob Urtis. 2, Stegarok. And number 1, I'm not shocked by this, Felicia Nomiko.
Felicia Nomiko loves her stuff, man.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Also,
That
cool thing
and-
that happened this year is we got to meet Felicia.
And all the puzzles.
Oh yeah,
we did. That was a good memory for 2021. We got
you
to
got to
meet
meet
her.
Felicia this
And I
year.
was-
I got to meet her in 2019. We are not the same.
Shut the fuck up. You weren't
I mean,
a
I
host.
met her
so it
then
doesn't matter.
too, but
Just kidding. I
Uh,
love you, A4.
I was drunk in
I would've
her.
joined
I was
for that,
drunk
but
in
I
her hotel
socially
room then
isolate.
too.
yeah, we were.
I was very
and her husband,
drunk.
who has nothing to do with our stuff, is just
was
like,
very upset.
Her husband's awesome.
wasn't
though.
upset. I don't think he was
it was nice to meet him. He's a really
Yeah.
nice guy.
He ran a D&D game for us. I actually have the audio
didn't get
for
to
that,
play.
and I need to
Never
share
released?
it. Yeah, I've never released it.
So yeah, that was really fun.
You guys
Yeah,
want a
that's
week
good.
off?
Three really long audio files that probably don't sound very good. I was thinking about putting them as bonus on Patreon.
Oh, okay. You guys want to listen?
It's
Pay
me.
up.
I mean, if you want Cameron back on the show for a little while, it's Cameron was there. So it's me, Cameron, and Cameron's friend Jacob. And we
Yeah.
had a good time. We were there for just
Yeah,
a few
I
sessions.
heard a lot of
so-
good things about it. Like,
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Man, I only drink when I hang out with Felicia. That's like the last time I drank almost was when we were all hanging out playing that game.
Really?
I only hang out with her when I'm drunk. That's weird. Because I was drunk at the KupoCon and I was drinking.
Twice I
wasn't
didn't
drunk.
think you were there. Were you there?
Yeah, I was there for the one night. Remember when we played Secret Hitler?
Oh, that night.
That was
okay.
it, though.
Okay,
That-
you weren't there for the D&D.
No,
stuff.
that happened to be the when
Or
they
it's-
switched my days.
It was like it wasn't actually D&D. It was like a homemade RPG thing he made for like the Fallout games.
yeah. It
Wait.
sounded pretty cool. But
It was a lot of fun.
Did you guys hear that?
What?
The next topic's music. So anyway,
Oh.
all right.
These
The def-
transitions.
Could it be the sound of silence?
Which version?
Hello, darkness, my old
The
friend.
good one.
So,
Not disturbed.
number 10 is Arrow Burt. Number 9, Funto Mop. 8, Dog Chicken 1. 7, Frost. 6, Jacob.
Yes.
Why didn't you put your gamer there?
What?
5 is Brulo.
Because my thing is just my name on
4
there.
is Bob Erdis. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
3, A4 Extremes. We have 2 people that are technically, A4's not technically in this room, but I mean, nice job, boys. I guess Jacob, what was your favorite album this year?
It's tough because I listen to a lot of hip hop as I usually do, and all that's old, so it's not really not.
I would-
something that's been
well,
new.
no, I
The
would
Dream
count it.
Theater album was disappointing.
Good to know.
Probably the 2 Nas albums that dropped. If anybody else,
Okay.
else listens to Nas, but yep.
Oh, so
Okay.
that was Nas.
I did too. A4, what is your top album of the year?
So my top album of the year, back in like high school, my favorite album by a band I love called Between the Buried and Me was called Colors, because it is a hour-long fucking song basically split up in 8 tracks, and just randomly this year they decided to make a sequel to that album, and it's fucking incredible.
Is that the one that you showed me where they're like playing in that house?
What?
That was too vague.
No, there's like a band that like they're like playing in like their house, like they set up like different rooms, like the drum. And, like, all that
Yes,
stuff.
yes, yes.
Okay.
That was that band.
Okay.
They I think earlier this year they streamed, maybe it was last year, they streamed all of Colors like in their house, just on Twitch.
Yeah, that's what it
And
was. And
I think this year they played both Automata 1 and 2, which are the albums they came out with a couple years ago. But Colors 2 is easily my favorite album of this year. That album is fucking incredible. It's the same structure where it's essentially just one long song split up into multiple tracks. But like, God, that band is insane, because it's just like, what genre do they play? And you go, yes. They are so fucking insane with like how many twists and turns genre-wise they take. Yeah, give that album a listen. It's fucking awesome.
Is anybody else, any other hosts on the rest
No,
of the list?
no.
Okay, well then let's quickly go over. My favorite new album from this year, and I didn't listen to many, if any more than just one. I'm trying to think. I think it was probably just the Billie Eilish album. I thought it was great. I fucking love Billie Eilish, and she got another one right out of the park. I fucking loved it.
I didn't listen to a single new album this year.
Oh, turning old. That's what happens.
That's
That's when you give up on life.
It's gonna be a tie between 50 Cent's "Get Rich or Die Trying."
Great album.
Yeah,
great
it's up there.
fucking album. I listened to that the other day.
All right.
It's awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the
You're starting
Conan
to catch the
Exile
hip-hop bug
soundtrack.
here.
Or the Conan Exile soundtrack.
Oh, my
Those are the
God.
top 2. No, I really liked Danzig's Death Red Sabbath album this time around. It's really good. That's
Was that the new one? Newish?
It's newish, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one that's like not on Spotify anymore. Or I didn't do my full Godsmack listen through. I always
I
listen
can't
through my
imagine
favorite.
why.
I got to 1,000 horsepower and I just stopped.
Yeah, that's where they stopped being a band.
You stop 4 tracks after 4, and then you're just done.
You know what sucks is like I really like his solo album. I mean, I think it's great, both of them. But like the fucking solo album, I think came out like a year before the last one, and I'm like, that last album is just worse than even the solo stuff. Like, I don't know, man. I'm like a homo for that guy though. I love his solo albums. Everyone else is like, oh, what the fuck are you listening to? And my wife's like, this is a real weird CD. And I was like, man, leave me alone. Just let me,
Just leave me alone.
just let me be gay for one person, okay?
It's mediocre.
my love,
Please. It's 3 out of 5.
I don't have a chance with him.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I listened to some classics, but I did not listen to much music this year. I canceled my Spotify.
I got that YouTube Premium, dude.
I got it for the one video you sent me on fasting, but I canceled it after that.
Oh,
I
why?
pirate everything and put it on my phone. I'm not doing streaming stuff. Cut down on the data usage. I'm a cheap ass.
Yeah, just make sure they don't make any money at all. Good job.
Yeah.
Way to be
You're
a fan.
welcome. I buy albums.
Like it kind of sucks because like I didn't listen to
Like,
Raymond album
physically.
this year either. If I had to pick a favorite, it would be Ice Nine Kills' new album. I think it's Welcome to Horrorwood. But in my heart, I know that my favorite album I listened to this year was Prequel by Ghost. So
Oh, is it just as
Camera.
boring as the rest of their music?
Yeah,
The
it's
music's
tried to get
great.
me into Ghost.
It's
Music's fantastic.
elevator metal. That's
Yeah.
what I call it.
I
can't-
try to get in because James Hetfield loves Ghost, and I'm like,
Ghost is great.
I'm just trying to listen to it. Like, what does he see?
Ghost is
It's,
fantastic.
It's elevator metal.
Ghost
That's
is
what
great.
It is,
it's
dude.
the most boring metal on the planet.
That's what I'm
Ghost
saying.
is great.
It's like lo-fi metal. How
Ghost
does
is
that happen?
Fantastic.
It's very mainstream friendly. It's very like stripped down, kind of like old Black Sabbath type shit.
Yeah, but nowhere
I always say- I
near
always
the
say-
amount
no
of
Ozzy vocals.
personality.
I
and-
always say like when like thinking of Ghosts is like they always remind me of Kiss because it's like you look at them and you think it's gonna be this hardcore like metal, and it's not.
I was made for loving you,
yeah,
baby.
Because you look at Kiss and you're like, they worship the devil, and then they don't. Like it's whatever. I like Kiss. I grew up with like all that like kind of stuff. So
They're like Kiss, just not terrible, or they're terrible instead of okay.
Ghost is great.
Dude,
I
honestly, I don't know
Ghost
why.
is not that bad.
Everyone's like, "Oh, listen to this song by him. This is the song," and I'm just like,
The music's great, dude. A4 is the one that got me to start listening to him, and I like him.
It
I
Yeah,
like
like
him a lot.
my trajectory with Ghost was weird because like I listened to the first couple albums and I wasn't really into it, and then when I got to Meliora and Prequel, I was like, okay, I actually really like this band.
All right. Who are our top listeners?
Number 2, Combaticon. Number 1, Simon Parker.
Simon Parker, congratulations. You listen to a lot of music.
We do.
A lot of albums, full albums. We don't count songs here, only full albums. So
Yeah.
I wonder if he does the same things. Like what my girlfriend will do is she will just listen to full albums. Like she won't listen to single music unless she's like actually feeling it. She'll just take this. Yeah, she'll just go to an album, just listen to all of it straight through, and then.
in
Yeah,
the
'cause you
days
get
of
a bit of
CDs, I
scope.
did that.
Well, she's like
what the
she's-
music is.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it is. What she says too. She's like, it's not. She goes, it's in that order for a reason.
It is.
I'm gonna listen to it in that. I'm like,
It
okay,
is.
like that's cool. Like, do you want? But I can only listen to like Taylor Swift like
Depending
4
on
times
the
in a row
band.
before I'm like,
the band. Some bands they just make songs. They don't make albums. So I kind of agree.
I mean, some bands are bad at sequencing.
Yeah.
Like Godsmack, for one. We'll put 4 good songs right in the beginning of the album. The rest is shit.
You're just like, this is the best album that's ever had. Oh.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt for the beginning of 4, right when it came out for the first year. And
Yeah,
then
4 is 4 good songs. That's why they call
right
it
at
4.
the fucking beginning, and then you start getting into Voodoo 2 and the rest of it. You're like,
Ooh.
fuck!
I like to
Just
make fun of
what
that.
you do.
I like to make fun of that song all the time.
okay. So I
don't know what you're talking about.
I want to switch this up real quick. I want you to do TV, but I want you to do the movies.
All right.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
So we got TV watching. Good to sit on your ass and watch some TV.
Easy
Nice.
points.
Top 10. Suede Swine.
How the
Suede
fuck am I
Swing.
not on? I watched a lot of television this year, but I'm not on this. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
TV blew up. It
Man.
was
Doc
easiest
Chicken.
Well, yeah,
fucking
because
points.
we were in a pandemic,
And everybody
no
was
one
watching
fucking
fucking
no one did
TV.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
So top 10, we got Suede.
Suede
Suede Swin.
whatever.
Suede with Swin.
It's like impossible to do. So number 10,
You say
Yeah.
it's impossible to do.
Suedocene. Suedocene.
Yeah.
I think.
Suede was seen. Yeah. Suedocene, number 10.
That's the,
Whoever the fuck you are, change your
it's
username.
between the Mesozoic and the. It's the Suedocene.
Yeah. Suedocene Park. Doc Chicken 1.
God.
Oh my god.
Fun to mop for all you dinosaur nerds out there. Digimass number 7. 6th place is Abrac. 5th place is Jacob Wright.
Yeah.
What was your favorite TV show you watched this year?
House MD. I keep going back to it for some reason. It's a perfect blend of dramatic and hilarious.
And him being a huge dick to people. I liked
Yep.
that too when I used to watch it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I only watched Seinfeld and Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So the answer is Seinfeld. And it's great. Love Seinfeld.
So I did that. Sons of Anarchy. And a whole bunch of cooking shows because that's just what I do with my mom when I'm hanging out with her. She turns on the Food Network and it's fucking everything.
There's nothing wrong with watching
Food-
The Pioneer Woman.
Yeah,
She's
just
great.
don't, just
Food Network Star, Master Chef,
just be glad it's not my
Iron
or
Chef, you fucking
1,000
name
pound
it.
sisters
And then
and sister wives.
I think there was also, what was it?
I
I think there was
heard.
two seasons of Master.
We were playing Rocket League a couple
ahead.
weeks ago, and I got to hear Sister Wives through Schweiss's PS5 controller.
Yeah, it's pretty.
What the fuck is that? What
it's
is
a
that?
show about polygamists.
Like, what kind of polygamists are we talking?
All polygamists are bad polygamists.
I'm
Like,
not arguing.
They're not
about
like
that.
chickens are fucking clocks.
pedolygamists. They're like
Imagine polygamists, but they're on a reality TV show, so they're playing it up even more. They're playing up how terrible they are even more.
Dramatization.
yeah, it's dramatized polygamy. It's weird.
They're like, get that
And,
butter
like, I
jumping
hate
down.
But is it for religious reasons, or are they like
No, it's
like
a religious
horny
reason.
people? Okay.
It's a religious.
Or are
He
they
thinks
horny
he's supposed
people?
to marry all the women. So it's I don't know. It's fine. There's a bunch of people on there that I hate, so I guess I've kind of been roped into it. I'm like, God, she's so
You
annoying.
give it merit.
But it's just on in the background. There's other ones like the 1,000-Pound Sister. Those are always fun. I like rip on them like hard, and I kind of want to make that my podcast, that the Shit My Wife Watches podcast, where she's watching whatever show it is, and I'm
And
just
you're
over there just like
commenting, you need to do
fucking chainsawing it down,
Yep.
like. But it's mean.
I
I'm
can't,
mean,
dude. I
it.
cannot.
Yeah, you need to
watch-
get butter to get
I
through
don't
the
like
door
reality.
frame.
I don't like reality TV.
I'm mean
It pisses
about
me
it
off.
though, so that's
I
why I'm
can't
worried.
watch it.
I'm like, I don't know if I want to put that kind of negativity out in the world because I'm like vicious to these people.
Okay.
Like, what
Yeah,
the-
no. I mean,
Yeah, leave it here.
I do that podcast when my wife is watching TV too. It's great.
I can't watch news and I can't watch reality TV.
I hate TV.
I can't watch because I just see the seams in everything. Like I
Yeah.
can hear when they edit a sound a certain way. Like I can tell when they're pulling things from different clips, and
Yeah.
they do a good job like transitioning them. But I can always fucking tell that shit.
It's like when
because
I was-
edit.
Self-commenting on themselves throughout the whole thing.
I just can't. I can't.
I was feeling like this.
like I could just
Yeah.
I could just see it all, and it like
it's so manufactured.
I could yeah.
Yeah.
And the problem is that I'm too familiar with like making that kind of shit.
It's like working in a kitchen, like at a diner, and then knowing to never eat diner food again.
yeah.
Or delivering bread to them and seeing that they freeze the food and all they do is heat it up in the pan. And
Or
being
knowing
like,
how shitty Domino's is.
wow, no wonder it tastes like shit because it's fucking cooked like a week ago and they just slap it on there and roll it around until it's warm.
It is. It's just knowing
Stuff it down your
that whole
face.
process, and even
Yeah.
now, like having done YouTube for a living for a few months, there's also things about YouTube that are starting to like
Yeah.
irk me.
It's the
Or, like,
analogy, like where the
know what
sausage
you're
gets
doing.
made. That's why you don't go to where the sausage gets
But
made.
it's
'cause you
different
don't
with
wanna
like
see it.
it's also, but it's different
hot
with like
dogs aren't that bad.
a really well made
I know.
movie.
The raccoon is great.
Then I can get into it, but I know it's fiction. That's
Yeah.
the difference, I think.
That's why I don't watch shows like that, like she does. But she'll be like, "Well, I just on in the background because you'll be doing something else." But I'm like,
Put a book on.
So no BYU's next best bachelor.
it's like it's so weird. She watches that too. That one I like to rip on the Bachelor and Bachelorette. I can like rip and tear on that show.
Especially the one that's local, the
fun.
BYU one.
I haven't seen that.
Oh,
I saw a poster for that, and one of my friends like knew him, and she's like, "He's such a prick." And I was like,
I
"Really?"
can't imagine
Yeah.
why.
yeah.
I mean, he's
I
in
think
the
I
All
might know-
these
I
women
get-
love me.
Yeah. So
I think I might know what Zach's favorite TV show was this year because I forgot we watched this year.
Was it
But
Real Sex?
this is the year I got Zach into Gurren Lagann.
Was that this year?
That was like February, yeah.
That was this year?
That was this year.
Oh my god, that sounds.
it
Uh-huh.
took forever.
Grand Logon.
It's an anime. It's really good. Like
Gurren Lagann it's an anime. Probably my favorite show of all time. It's really good.
Okay.
I'll agree with that. I didn't realize that was this year.
So speaking of favorite shows of all time, I did watch Game of Thrones season 8. So least favorite season of the favorite show because we finished up Schweiss and Johnson this year early on, and I went through season 8 again for 2021.
Nice.
So we could
Rough way to start.
put a cap. It's the only show I watched. So I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
it's a rough way
So
to start,
wait,
yeah,
finish.
You finished it, but are you guys gonna come back for the?
That's the plan,
dragon?
yeah.
Okay.
He's always like, "Oh, we'll see what life brings," and I'm like, "No, we're gonna do it." Like,
You have no
like,
choice.
he's
It
like, "You
doesn't
might
matter.
have like 5 kids by then." I was like, "It doesn't matter. I'll just kick them all out of my house and we'll do the show." That's what I do already.
Yeah,
Like,
they're out on the stoop right now waiting for us
The
to finish.
charming husband.
yeah, freezing.
We gave him a candle.
And I get some enjoyment out of the Masked Singer.
Did you
Somewhat
do
fun.
Mass Singer is fun. I totally guessed Caitlyn Jenner in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I was just
Some
sitting
of them
there
were pretty
watching
Why
good.
was it?
Pan
Was it? Was it
especially
the
if you have
deep
a
singing
rapper on
voice?
there
that
for
The
got
voice
you?
was awful, and there was like a bunch of trans allegories in the actual ones, not like the Matrix. In the
Yep.
in the description, because like the Masked Singer,
face.
they have like a little
How does
montage
your
of
face?
like
You're just like,
here's my life, here's things that have happened to me, and you're trying to like guess who's singing. the voice was awful, and so I was like, I'm pretty sure
Any more
it's
of
Caitlyn
a
Jenner.
obvious thing would have been, hey, Wheaties
actually
box.
know what Caitlyn Jenner looks like. That's the look on my face was
Uh-oh.
me going through
You-
my mind. I'm like, I don't know what that looks like.
So
I don't.
man.
I didn't realize I was doing a podcast with a bunch of women talking about the Masked Singer. My God.
It was all women watching it except for me, so that's fair. And I was guessing like
Right.
random people, and they're like the people that it was I'd never even heard of. So I'm like, this isn't for
Oh,
me.
this last
The
season.
show.
They're scraping the bottom of the barrel of like D-list celebrities now, since most of the great singers have already been on. Now.
I mean, Donny
So,
Osmond. I was like, okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
That-
it was
that
pretty obvious during like the first
Speaking
season.
of trans allegories, yeah, Donny Osmond.
Yeah.
That I was just.
no,
Vegas-
that's incestuous
Las
stuff
Vegas.
with
I was
Marie.
just. kidding.
Las Vegas is just one big trans allegory. That's where he lives now.
I just like Joe's face. He's like, how?
Stop that hand grinding thing.
Sorry.
I'm hearing it through the.
Oh, sorry. Scratching my hand. So that's it for TV. Yeah. I only watched one season.
Congratulations. I don't think we stopped at Jacob Wright. So number 4 is Combaticon. Number 3 is Ali G 1020. Number 2 is Smug Holo. Number 1, Aobert. Congratulations, you watch a lot of television.
You did.
Congrats. Yeah. You couch potato, you.
Well, he got well, no, because he got
I
5 on
didn't.
fitness.
I didn't say
You-
mine. My favorite show that I watched this year. I don't think it's from this year, but it's How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift?
That was
It's
a fun.
a,
That was a
anime.
funny anime.
Huh?
That was a funny one.
Yeah, it's an anime about cute girls working out, and it's great.
You guys,
Well, the best one
you
is, like,
guys
there's
are the
this-
gayest straight people I know. I swear to God. There's between that and then the Nanners stuff that you guys were doing for a while.
Nanners was funny. I don't watch it.
Oh, you guys watch it because you're a horn dog. At least A4 does. I swear.
No, I fell off on Yanners.
Okay.
But there was a hot minute there.
It's very strange. I was watching it, and then the only other person that was saying it was gay was actually gay. So I was like, I kind of believe him. No, it was Branny. He was like, he was calling you guys
but
gay.
Branny just hates women.
Yeah, Branny
just hates women.
Is
That's
that
why.
the only-
much.
that's the
That's
only
why
reason
y'all
he's gay?
do. That's why he sucks
So, hey,
dick.
everyone but Joe.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like Branny, I don't hate women. But like Branny, that's why I'm convinced that's why Branny's gay is because of how much he hates women. Like.
What does he
It
think
has
they're
nothing
like?
to do with the actual preferences.
I hope
It's just
Brandy's
the
listening to this.
fucking loathe
Brandy, I
women
want
this
you to be
month.
listening to this because I want to know why now.
I loathe them this month
'Cause he's attracted
that I'd
to
rather
men.
suck dick.
Women and boomers. He hates beyond belief.
Yeah, he fucking hates. He
I
blames boomers
And
for
boomer
everything.
women, boomer
Jesus.
women. First to go.
You know what though? I agree with him. I hate boomers too. I'm on that train. Sorry.
Joe's got boomer parents, so
I do have boomer parents. I think you guys are fucking. Whenever they do that boomer thing, it's like
honestly, every problem they have, our generation has too.
Yeah, it's
sexual, weird sexual revolution, weird drug revolution. Like, there's a lot of
I didn't
similarities.
say that. I'm just sick of the old
I,
people taking all my oxygen.
I do not espouse. I do not believe in generational arguments or theories whatsoever at all. I think they fall apart immediately with any sort of like
Investigation.
but you're-
investigation, like at all.
any of the
But you're
Like,
compromised.
oh, this 20-year span, all these people do this. It's like, no, they don't.
Yeah, dude, old people just suck.
Immediately, it's such bullshit.
Old
The
people just
smallest
suck, dude. I'm
amount
sorry.
of people take up all the oxygen in the room.
Yeah.
And you wanna
so-
generalize.
Yeah, so we
It's
just
so
euthanize.
stupid.
I
It's
believe.
so stupid.
I believe in
He wants to
euthanization.
euthanize, not generalize.
Yeah, euthanize, not generalize.
I mean, I've heard like there were some guests on like Adam Carolla's podcast. They had written something about like generations and how they swing back and forth, and they had me for like a day. They had me on that argument for like a day,
all people suck, dude.
and I was like, "Who the fuck thinks that like this?" Anyway,
Wait, real quick. I'm gonna
Sorry.
tell you. So I have a couple. Sorry, just real quick. A couple of people at my job. I found out what really pisses them off when they complain about like saying like, "Oh, I shouldn't have to do this job," or like, even though it's part of their job, right? Like,
Okay.
or like they try to like make other people do their things for them. I found out if I just like sigh, like dramatically, just go, "Oh, this generation's children," and just walk away. Their heads, they go crazy. I'm from a different generation. I'm like, you fucking kids. And I'll just like rub my head and just go back to do my job. And it's I'm sorry. It's my new joy that I found that I have.
Yeah, well,
If HR's listening, I don't enjoy it at all.
I hate it actually. I hate
Yeah.
myself for doing it.
Yeah.
I will stop.
I just can't control my troll. Troll within.
Movies, the greatest art form. Sorry.
Next to video
That isn't
games.
video
I know
games.
we're on a video game podcast, but I'm sorry. It's true.
But you're right, it's the
Movies.
greatest art form that isn't video games.
Bingo.
Fuck off. Movies. I am at number 10. It's a sad state that I'm only number 10.
Yeah,
this
you
year.
like-
lost to A4.
Yeah, dude,
He's
like
not
you,
even Jewish.
you fuck to movies for a living. Like you put the VHSs on your cock and you just.
Here's the deal.
Be kind, rewind. Oh,
I-
I will.
I did rewatch a bunch of movies that I didn't put on here.
I was hoping you were gonna say I did rewind a movie with my dick once, but
I think I only ended up watching like 60-something movies.
Oh, only.
Like-
fuck.
That's pretty weak for me.
That's pathetic.
And then A4 was number 9. A4 beat me on movies this year.
That's crazy.
Well, wait, what was your favorite movie of the year?
My favorite movie that I saw this year, I don't know if I can really get in. I don't know what my favorite movie of this last year was. I'd have to look at my list again. But I think the best movie that I saw that was relatively it was a 2020 film, but it was Sound of Metal.
Doesn't count.
Okay.
Sound of Metal is a fucking amazing movie.
I was scrolling through my movies from this year and I saw one and I was like, you better not say that's his favorite movie.
Oh my god, if it was
what The Green Knight?
Yeah, The Green Knight.
No, that wasn't my favorite movie.
Okay, good.
I would have put a Dune probably above that. If anything.
I liked it.
Yeah, Dune was really amazing. But yeah, there was a lot of good movies this year, but I can't think of them right now off the top of my head. But if I were like, I would go all the way back to Sound of Metal and go like that was, and I watched that in 2021, even though it's a 2020 film. I still think about the ending of that movie, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's so good. But yeah,
My favorite movie that I saw for the first time this year was probably Dragon Ball Z Super Broly. That movie's fucking awesome.
all right. I had a lot of guys at work that went and saw that,
I saw it in theaters when it came out. It was
and they were all raving about
Dude,
it.
it was
Dude,
fun
I
to see
wish
in
I saw it.
theaters.
Now that I've seen it, I wish I saw that shit in theaters. That was awesome. Really good animation. As for like movies that came out last year, I only saw Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil, so I guess Mortal Kombat.
Jesus, I forgot that. That was, oh my god.
We still have to
was-
review that. I'm gonna have to watch it again.
I thought it was fun. It was fun to watch from the movie or from the games. I was
Oh my
having fun.
god, we
I thought
have
it was fun,
watched
too.
2 of the movies and haven't reviewed them, Schweiss.
I know.
Wait for Resident Evil because I have to find it on Blu-ray. When I went to go watch it in theaters, the only showing for Resident Evil
I think it's
was
out
at Cottonwood
real
Heights
soon.
at 10:30 p.m.
Oh,
because every other theater went no.
oh god.
So I had
Yeah,
to
they were
find
done.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah.
I'm in your boat. I'm like, I don't know. I was okay.
I liked
was
Mortal
having a
Kombat.
good
I thought
time.
it was fun. I had fun. with
Mortal Kombat's the one I didn't like.
Really? See,
I mean,
I had fun.
it's better than Resident Evil, I would say. But
I had fun, dude. I was
Every
like,
movie that I saw of the last 2 years outside of Cats was better than Resident
Cats
Evil.
just looks
Cats
disturbing.
was more fun. Cats,
What?
I was laughing throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And I
Cats
had
to
no
me-
enjoyment whatsoever watching Resident Evil
it seems
Raccoon
like-
shitty.
It seems like Cats should be a movie you'd like do an edible on and then go watch.
Because
Because I think you might
on,
lose your
there's
mind.
at
yeah,
least
you'd
one
be
funny
doing
part
the.
You're like the Seth Rogen thing.
Did you go through the whole list?
No.
No,
we
no,
get
no.
their
no,
two
we're-
top movies.
Once
Oh,
we
okay.
get to us, we go
what
around.
was your top
I have to
movie?
do my. Go ahead.
Top movie from the year. I don't think this came out this year. Jumanji: The Next Level was fun. I kind of like Welcome to the Jungle more, though. Those are both pretty good movies.
I watched Welcome. I didn't see the second one.
I liked Welcome a lot. I thought it was pretty funny.
That's right.
Spider-Man: No Way Home was pretty damn good.
I watched that last night.
It was good, huh?
It was clunky, but it was fun. It was fun.
There was a lot of bad guys, but it kind of worked.
I thought some of the writing of the old characters, it was like, that doesn't sound
It's
like
cringy.
that character.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
And they made what's his name?
But I
real
still
weird.
enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it quite a bit.
But I would definitely say Dune is better. The best movie I watched was probably Conan the Barbarian. Oh my god! Honestly. But that's an old movie, so.
Yeah.
Adam's Family 2. I think that's this year. I watched that. It was all right. I kind of watched a lot of movies from this last year or the year before. Best retro movie, though, definitely In the Name of the King, A Dungeon Siege Tale. I laughed pretty hard. I laughed pretty hard at that movie multiple times. And then, of course, The 13th Cross. I watched it this year.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good straight-to-DVD movie. I'm just kidding.
Straight to DVD eventually movie?
It says it's available at FYE, I guess.
Have you watched it yet?
I haven't. I was going to go to FYE. I haven't had a chance to go to the mall, but I was going to go pick it up.
I don't think it's... I don't know if it's physically
Do
there.
you get more money
It
from us,
says it on their website.
from us downloading it digitally or buying it in store?
Digitally. So, please.
Oh, okay, so digital. Sorry, I don't usually do digital, but I'll do it.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. Get the physical.
I like having physical.
I'm
No,
not
I'm
gonna
wait
say-
for the Blu-ray.
I'm not going to say no to any
get
of
my
that
copy.
stuff.
Man.
So the your guys' favorite movies of the year.
From this year,
Yeah.
I really liked Far From Home. I've seen it 3 times.
Wow.
I really liked it. I see. The thing is, like, I like movies. I like going to theaters. I really love going to theaters. But I think Dune might take it because Dune was like everything I wanted it to be from the book.
Dune's a really good
I
movie.
I loved
never
it.
watched. I never read the book, and I don't care. Like it's such a really good movie.
I really liked it. I don't know, man. I watched a lot of like I say like 90s classics. Like watched Jurassic Park. When I was sick, I went through all the Jurassic, like the original Jurassic Park trilogy, and Lord of the Rings when I had COVID.
Okay.
So like,
What is this?
Where's
Bring
it?
Schweiss Treats Day?
yeah, like that's the second person that's come and brought you
fortune
cookies.
I got.
You got fortune cookies.
I got. It's like.
Is there a
ministry.
holiday I'm not aware of right now?
The last lady said it was because like there's the late Christmas stuff.
She's the neighbor that I. There was a guy. Okay, there was a guy running for office, and her name was one of the people that was recommending him, and I didn't vote for him because of that. So I got an annoying neighbor.
Oh god,
I was like, Mary.
freaking neighborhood politics.
I was like, yeah, I'm not voting for that guy. If she recommended him, she drives me nuts.
Yeah, I would say
I'm going to vote for the woman.
out of the
over
year
this
though.
guy.
Dune is probably my top, even though
Jake,
Spider-Man Far
I
From Home took
don't
one.
remember anything that was current that came out last year that I watched except for Resident Evil. But I went back to
Horrible year.
and
If that's the case.
I end up seeing something and I add it to my list, and I'm busy either taking care of kids or playing video games too much that I never get around to actually watching movies lately. It's
Did you?
pretty dull, but I did go back John Wick trilogy. Yes.
John Wick was always fun.
Nice.
It's probably
Did-
the best trilogy ever.
Have you seen the Kingsman movies?
No, I haven't.
Oh, they did a prequel one that came out last time.
Kingsman.
A
I thought the
prequel?
Kingsman. Yeah, it's like how they started it.
Oh.
It's pretty. The comedy's
pretty-
weird, but it's pretty.
2 was pretty ridiculous.
I liked
but
1 a lot though.
1 was great, yeah. I
To
like
like-
the Kingsman, yeah. You watched that.
No Time to Die came out. Fuck.
Oh,
that was
That's
a
right.
great movie.
Yeah,
oh,
well,
that's on. I saw
I
that on
haven't-
Blu-ray. I haven't seen that yet.
I can't
want to.
believe
I
I
loved
can't
it.
believe that they
To be fair,
they blanked
it's,
James Bond, and
I
now James Bond
had
is
it
going to be a
spoiled.
He
blank.
didn't die.
Hasn't
There's no
seen it
time
yet.
to die.
it's my fault for not seeing it. Actually, it's my girlfriend's fault. I didn't see it because I was like, I want to go see this. She's like, I haven't watched the others, and I was like,
It's James
cares?
Bond. It's
I haven't.
James
Well,
I
Bond.
they
didn't watch
have-
it. I didn't watch it for that reason too, though.
The best couple ones with Daniel Craig, there actually is a merit from Skyfall on to
I like the game.
actually see the ones before. It doesn't really used to matter like that, but I'd say from Skyfall onward now with
Yeah,
Spectre,
they
it
started
does lead.
more loosely bringing them together, and then this one is a direct sequel to
Yeah.
to
So I'd say for the first time
Spectre.
ever, there would be merit.
It's a direct sequel to
watching
Spectre.
it.
That's why I didn't watch it.
I might have to get it and just like watch all of them.
I mean,
It's a
James-
lot. It's a
'Cause I
lot
like
better
them.
than Spectre.
I like good.
Yeah, because I put Spectre down there next to Quantum.
I only saw Spectre once, and it was a really bad date, so I never went back and watched it. But I'm gonna have
Maybe
to.
sloppy head.
All right.
No, she's LDS.
I'm sure the
There's
date was
definitely
probably
no head.
still better than Spectre.
No.
Fun to Mops at number 8. 7 is Brulo. Smug Holo's number 6. 5 is Combaticon. 4 is IRAT. 3 is Airbert. Sorry. 2 is Ali G. 1020. And number 1, Movie Watcher of the Year, Digimass. Congratulations, Digimass.
Man,
Not
I
close
wonder.
to 365. I think he was at about 220.
Do we know
but not
who's
bad.
most often in the top 10 in here? Did you do that?
Is it fucking A4? I think it's gonna be Arrowbert. Like I've seen Arrowbert's in almost all of these.
We should.
Brulo
Might be
as well.
Frost
I
is
am
probably
Brulo.
also up there too. Frost was in the top 10 for a few of them.
Yeah, these guys are.
Frost
You're
are
all crazy. That's the thing. When you
Well,
go crazy, you go.
We
crazy
have
everywhere.
a total number 1, and I
Yeah.
feel like that's going to cover that.
Pretty close.
Oh,
yeah.
that's true.
You
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys will be the ones that are kind
Games
of in
and
the top.
TV
So
shows.
these are the 2 that matter.
Oh, really?
the most. These two sections here, Jake.
Oh, okay.
Jake.
Yes.
And you should do the total because you're the commissioner, so the commissioner should be you.
Perfect.
All right, so yeah, like Joe said, these two are the most important.
Fuck you guys, man. Can't catch this shit.
So the next category is game, the thing our podcast is based on.
Kind of.
10.
The best art form.
Steve, that's Stevie?
Stevie.
I thought Stevie, i.e. Houdini. Irat, sorry. Arrowbert at number 8. 7 is Funto Mop. 6, Angry Ass Black Dude, which has changed his handle on Twitter to Mildly Upset Black Dude. So
Not sure of his level of rage.
We
at
don't
this
want to
point.
disrespect your pronouns on that. 5, our very own A4 Extreme. Woo!
All right, let's get into it.
No, because that's going to be our own thing. Remember, we're doing our game of the year.
All right, let's not get into it.
Number 4, Brulo. Number 3, Smug Holo. Number 2,
Smug Holo.
Frost. Number 1, which I feel might be cheating because he's a commissioner.
Yeah, he
Is
doesn't
Jacob
count.
Wright?
So he's
Jacob
actually
at number
Interesting that the boss would be the one that makes the most money.
So actually, Frost is number one. But okay.
Yeah.
1.
Wasn't
So yeah,
even
number
close.
1, Jacob Wright.
I mean, you've got what, 4 out of 5 years now
Yeah.
under the belt.
Jesus Christ! How many
This
games
was
have
the
you played?
easiest year. Well, no, the previous years was the problem.
Do you know the total numbers since you started the?
Not
the Hog?
specific from Lifetime. I gotta separate the two, but since
Lifetime
I've been doing,
Hog.
it's like 940, 950 games.
Oh my God!
I don't even know if I've
There-
physically looked at that.
I
many
believe
games.
there were only 700 games released on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah.
On the
But
NES,
there's like 1,200 for
you
the
could have
PS2.
played all of those.
I'm not doing the NES
I
library.
think there's
NES
like
library is
6,000
trash.
for the PS2.
No, it's like 1,200. Come
Dude.
on. Yeah.
God, dude, that's sick. All right, all right.
So
Anyway, though,
congratulations,
but,
man.
Yes,
What is
thank
the-
you.
I mean-
the competition was very, very timid this year. Come on, guys. So props up. I talked to Frost and Smug. They made it a little bit of a competition. They did a good job there. Held in for a little bit. Hopefully they do a lot better this year. But I talked to a couple people, and a couple people are gonna go fucking hard this year.
Sounds like our commissioner's
Who's
talking
gonna be-
shit.
Yep. No, True Hoax is coming back. Ingrass Black Dude said he wasn't going to compete, but True Hoax switches out. 99 heal
retired.
potions is coming back. I saw the stats. Doc Chicken is at like 13 games beat already this year. So go Doc Chicken.
It's only
Oh
9
my
days in.
God.
And
Oh my fucking God.
I think True Hoax is now 99 heal potions
Yeah.
because of whatever the fuck happened
Yeah.
there. And Black Mage Justin
Yeah,
He's
we
back.
got-
started
So
logging
that
again.
was-
So
yeah, that was-
maybe
He's coming out of retirement. He
Yeah.
came in to try to
Dude,
smack
Angry
down
Ass,
Jake.
and I wanna
Black Dude, you have to come back.
He's
Yeah.
the only
These
one
Tysons-
that
Come on, people.
He's the only one that actually beat you, right?
Holy
'Cause
shit.
True Hoax.
I mean, we can get into the whole how fighting games started with that one, but with the rule that Craig put in, which I think
Officially.
should have been done.
Officially,
Like
he's
the
the only
ladder.
one that's beating you. So we need him to come out of retirement.
Yep.
Holy shit, yeah, because the
alright.
Titans of industry are
How
coming
many
back.
games total?
For me,
Yeah.
81 this year.
81 games.
I think 3 of us, any
Joe
3 of
doesn't
us
even have that much
combined
money in his savings account anymore. No.
yeah. 81 games worth? Probably not. That's-
81 games. I want everybody to just think. I know that that's a smaller number than previous years, but that is still an insane number of games.
Well, Jacob's got a hobby, dude. He's
I
got a
think
hobby
the
he knows what he
only-
likes.
How
I've-
many did Frost have? Do you remember?
It was a couple off me from like 74, 75.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it was a big drop off. I was out of the top 10. I was number 11 with my like.
So you don't count.
But it went from like 44 to 27.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
down. I
There's
was
always
like,
a
I would have
go.
had to have beaten 10 games the last time I checked to get into the top 10 to beat out Stevie. And I was
Props
like,
up to the
nah.
top 10. Come on.
All
We're
right.
going to go even harder this year,
Yeah,
people.
for real.
Come
Like,
on.
way to go, guys. Way to play
Use the
games.
app.
Look,
Get some
don't
games
fucking
beat.
look.
Go
don't
short games if y'all don't want to play 100-hour Witcher.
don't
every
listen
fucking
to
time.
them. Play if you have The Witcher. Do your backlog and just enjoy your life.
What if the backlog is short games?
When we talk
first?
about these people coming out of retirement, we talk about how Black Mage Justin went
They're
hard
fighters,
like 3
man.
years ago, and then he couldn't do it again because he was ruined.
He
Crippled.
ruined his life for a year.
Yeah, he was like Tiger. He was like Tiger
Shout out
Woods.
to the Here's Johnny
Here's-
podcast. Great
Here's the thing.
podcast.
I didn't beat that many games, but I did push myself last year enough to beat Craig. and
he's gone.
And it fucked me this. Yeah, he's gone, and it fucked me this year.
Yeah, see?
I was like,
And in that power
He
vacuum,
knows. He's burned out.
in
There's
that
burn-
power
yeah,
vacuum,
but I'm
I
feeling
appeared.
good. I'm feeling good playing Bayonetta, and I'm like ready. I'm ready.
You feeling good playing Cuphead?
I'm feeling good playing Bayonetta, and Cuphead is its own monster.
Are you on Island 2?
I'm on Island 2.
Bayonetta.
See, that ain't that
Bayonetta.
bad. You guys are probably better at it than I am.
I'm not.
All right, guys.
I'm not.
Jake, take it away. The final category.
Oh, the total points.
The super hog.
Yes.
Super Hog.
Number 10,
Shut up,
Funto Mop. Number 9, Irat. 8, Combaticon. 7, Felicia No Miko. Wish she can count puzzles done too. 6, Brulo.
And paintings.
5, Frost. 4, myself. 3, Arrowbert. 2, Ali G 1020. And number 1, Smug Holo.
Wow.
Nice.
Congrats to the winners of
And
all the categories of Hog.
Oh, and being in that
Smug
top 10 is
clearly
pretty.
won 2 in points too, by the way. It was a good distance.
we saw Smug's Holo name a lot in all of the categories.
I mean, like,
Yep.
too, like, yeah, being in that top 10 is really, really, it's great.
yeah,
You did a lot. You guys should be proud of yourself or something.
should be.
Yeah, and if you can maintain it for next year.
Yeah.
on.
So what should we do next? Should we do Audience Maximus?
Yeah, let's do that. Who's
All
your
right.
audience Maximus of the year?
So we went through great deliberation.
Talked about it for about 3 minutes.
There were multiple names thrown into the hat.
There was
One-
one other name thrown into that.
One became a host, so fuck him.
No, I mean there were 2 clear like big time ones.
Yeah.
We won't say what the other one is because half the time the next person always wins it. Like that's how it's been in the past.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Although one of the people did win it before, but
Oh, have they?
one
Oh,
of
was
the
that
first
last year?
ones- One of the first ones we did.
Oh,
The Big Tits Award
Big Tits
was a
Award.
name that came up.
So
previous winner, and we're not doing it because you won previously. This isn't the Godzilla
No.
podcast, so
we did that once.
Oh!
I'll never let it go. I was in the room and I was like, I don't like that.
You don't like the?
It's not my show, but I don't like it.
We just want everybody to feel included.
Oh my god.
We're just
Inclusive.
it's a lot more left leaning on the Godzilla podcast. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Oh.
You,
So-
exclusive people, you
Yeah.
bunch of right
We're
wingers.
gamekeepers. We're gamers, so we're gatekeepers.
Gatekeeping is important.
Yeah, got to keep the
Keeps the
minorities
masses
out
out.
That made me feel gross. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm sorry.
I keep the gays in the
I'm the keeper
in
of
the
the
cellar.
gays. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, where they belong.
Do you have a cellar?
No, I have a crawl space. That's where I keep.
I had enough. We've had enough homophobic jokes that people are going to think that we are serious.
Yeah.
We love the gays.
We're not?
Not that much. We don't love them that
in a
much.
gay kind of way.
Like in a straight way.
Yeah. Like I can give you like a,
Oh, wait, is that
a
homophobic
side
too?
hug, not a full.
Yeah,
hug.
I'm not gonna
No
breast
reach
to
around.
breast with you, but I'll like.
I mean, if
awkwardly-
I touch a gay person, my skin starts corroding. But I'll give him a handshake. Why not?
Jesus Christ.
Sepsis
I'm not
starts to set
afraid.
in.
I'm just allergic.
God. All right, stop.
Some might say it's the kiss of death.
Yeah, some.
I've kissed a man
Not
on the
me.
lips and I didn't become gay.
And he liked it, the taste of
Not
yeah,
really.
but you were
No,
gay
you
before.
just, you just entered the closet when you did.
Again, when you do
Gay
the
for
I kissed a
A4?
guy and I liked it joke, which I've heard every time I tell this story,
It's a good song.
I got to tell you, I don't know why women kiss men. I think it feels not great. Like, it's really rough. Like, why? It's like, why don't I just make out with a piece of sandpaper?
Some
yeah,
women
are
like
soft.
it rough.
It's nice.
Yeah, women are soft and
Yeah,
it's,
nice,
that's
yeah.
what's kind of nice about it. But, like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised, like, I don't know. It just surprises me. I don't know what's nice about kissing a dude. I find nothing nice about it.
See, there's our inclusion for the episode.
Yeah.
I can't speak.
Women
Such
like to
notes.
kiss dudes because they want someone that reminds them of their dad, and there's a whole psychological beehive that goes into.
Tell me
so
about
I'm
it.
not-
You
I'm just gonna
sound
drop
like
it.
you sound like you're really educated about this subject,
Yeah.
A4. You want to keep on
I
going?
think that's why like he went into it too because he was like, "Why did I kiss my?
A
Like, why did I
Freud
kiss his name?"
extreme.
All right. Okay.
Are you
audience,
a furry because you missed your dead dog?
Audience Maximus, we have deliberated.
Yeah,
Who-
many hours.
Who have we chosen?
The smoke has come from the top
The
of the
top
tower.
of the
The great
the
town
Vatican,
home.
yeah, the tower, yeah, top of the townhome. we have chosen the new audience, Maximus.
Yeah.
Schweitz, would you like to tell us who that is? Do you not remember?
He probably doesn't remember.
Our very own. Our very own epically bearded, not that old listener. Awesome Halo companion.
There we go. No,
Okay. Excellent slaughterer of noobs in multiplayer rounds of Halo. Dead Islander.
Dead Islander.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Dead Islander.
Thanks for playing Halo with us.
Yeah, every campaign.
That's what that is. Thanks for playing Halo with this award.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, it's time to discuss our individual best game of the year. Probably go over the games we beat this year, honestly, if we got the list in front of us. When it becomes our turn, I think I'll go first.
I think we should just say like what our games of the year were. Everyone knows what we played.
I don't know what I played. I have to look over it again.
You son of a bitch!
I don't want to go through 81 games from Jake, but
I remember fucking half of them.
Jake doesn't remember half of them. They really like stuck with him. I could see that.
When you play so many games, I'm sure it all kind of blends together.
Yeah. So I would say that my favorite game out of the games that we played this year, from this year, I only played one game from this year. And luckily, it was a really great game. And that would be Resident Evil Village or Resident Evil 8. I thought it was an absolutely fantastic time. A lot easier than I would have expected. I have very few bad things to say about it, and I thought it was a really, really good game. As far as classic games that we played, or retro game of the year for me, it was between Halo and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake, like remaster.
I honestly thought Halo was going to be the one for you, honestly.
And Halo, the first Halo, it's still great.
You
it's
blew
amazing.
your load again. Like when you were talking about it, like it's definitely one of those like those games for you because it's like the nostalgia for you, like 100%, and like you love it. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm saying like that's what I would have expected you to say.
Yeah,
was Halo.
It's definitely Halo. I think it's the game that I scored the highest this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a perfect 10 game all around. I'm not like you guys where I can't, for some reason you guys can't use the Warthog. I don't know why you can't use the Warthog, but
because there's no physics on the Warthog.
It's an amazing game. I love it.
But it's fun. I think it's fun. I had fun.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking blast.
Yeah, Halo's great. It was fun to actually that's one of the fun things is getting to go back and play the Halos this year was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun.
Yeah. And then I don't know what my worst game of the year is because I don't have my list in front of me. So,
do you want me to guess what your worst game of the year was?
Yes, please guess.
I'm gonna guess, and tell me if I'm wrong. Heroes of Mana was the worst game you played this year.
Oh, fuck.
That was this year. Doesn't that feel like a lifetime ago?
Dog shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, yeah, there's no question. No question. Like, I would have told you Dawn of Mana. But no, actually, a game happened that was worse than Dawn of Mana, and it was Heroes of Mana. We played it for UFF, and it was dog shit.
Oh yeah, very bad.
Where can we listen to that review if we were interested?
Ultimate Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy podcast.
Awesome. Yeah.
Find it on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
Or on the on the
Okay.
left hand side of our stream, you see our wonderful artwork.
Jake. Best game of the year, best classic game of the year,
worst game of the year.
Worst game of the year.
I don't think I played anything that came out this year specifically, so it has to automatically go to retro.
Okay.
And for me, I'd only played Halo 1 before and beat it. Maybe a little bit of Halo 2 multiplayer, but I never went through the campaigns before, up until doing the campaign with everyone in co-op for Master Chief Collection.
Okay.
2 is overrated. 3 is a masterpiece. So I'm debating here, and between all the hours I played with Schweiss for Phasmophobia. So it's between Halo 3 and Phasmophobia. And right now I can't decide.
I know the answer to that.
Okay.
Maybe Halo 3 because it's more of a traditional campaign, but the most fun I've ever had is playing Faz with Schweiss the past couple months.
Yeah, just go ahead. Go ahead.
All caress.
Kiss.
And your hands are somewhat softer
Sha
than
la
mine.
la la la. My oh my.
Kiss
lotion.
the
Hey,
girl.
Faz, you're gonna kiss the girl.
Faz, yo,
Cocoa
brother.
butter on my hands.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a Halo 3.
Kiss
The way
guy.
you say Halo 1 would be like a 10 out of 10. I think Halo 3 improves on everything Halo 1 that I had issues with constant looking corridors and weird level design. Halo 3 perfects it. And I had a lot of fun getting into, I believe it was a Warthog, which is a much better Warthog now, driving off of a hill and slamming first into a scarab, which had the 4 legs. They're called scarabs, right? Just to get to the top of it and take out the core. That was so much fucking fun.
Yeah, there was some awesome scarab tricks.
So-
I mean,
So-
it's an amazing game. It's an
Yeah, I'll
amazing
give it a Halo 3.
Fair enough. Zach, what about you?
I played so many games this year
Oh,
that
yeah.
it's hard to. Game of the year for me, 100%. Resident Evil Village. I think it's the only 2020 game that I beat.
I love the names I gave.
2021.
For his, it was Resident Village.
Village.
I hate the names that you give. It drives me absolutely fucking nuts.
I thought the one for yours was fun. It was
I love the naming conventions that the community has done for Resident Evil. I just think it's awesome because it's referred to as remake for Resident Evil 1 remake. 7 is Biohazard, and since it's Biohazard over in Japan, it goes Biohazard Resident Evil, and inside of Biohazard, it's the 7. I think that's clever.
Oh, okay.
that was a good naming convention on that one.
Yeah, we have too many of those jokes this time, so I won't say it.
Yeah, so Resident Evil Village, honestly, I think would have been, even if I'd played more games this year, would have been my game of the year. It was everything I wanted. It was same gameplay 7, which I really enjoyed. Oh, yeah.
I also think the only way it would work is if 9 is called Apocalypse. So instead of the word Apocalypse, it's IX for 9.
Oh, it's not
I think
bad.
I've already named it.
We'll laugh about it, and then they'll like stop laughing and be like, "Oh wait."
Best retro. Best
Real
retro.
quick, also, the vampire mommy definitely won me over in Resident Evil.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lady Demetrius.
Stretch marks. And all.
So I didn't I forgot that I beat this year because this year seems like it's fucking forever. But my retro game, which isn't really retro, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, it's fucking amazing.
Okay.
It's such a fun game. It's wonderful. Like honestly, I couldn't score it higher. Like it would be my 10 out of 10 for everything, 100%.
Nice.
We didn't do worst game of the year with you two.
Mind Jack. It's a PS3 game that Square Enix published.
I know about Mind Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
I
can't really describe
Jack.
it. Just
Jack,
fucking
Jack, Mind
anger
Jack.
and annoyance and stupidity. And
Mind Jack Ergaze.
why would this
With mine ein Honda.
during the worst era of Square Enix when they focused more on being a publisher for shitty games like Kane and Lynch?
We know.
And-
we know about this.
Yep.
We know about this all too well.
Yep. That era is
They
just,
called it polymorphic content.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least they weren't pretending that it was theirs. At least with Kane and Lynch, they weren't pretending it was theirs.
Yeah.
Zach.
Again, with all the games I played this year, it's really hard to ODST.
That's
the
the
worst
worst game.
What?
That's not a bad game
his
for worst
games
game.
are-
Yeah.
I played really good games. That's the problem. It's like the games I did play were ones I really, really enjoyed. And I don't hate ODST. I just think out of all the games I beat this year, that was definitely the one. And it's a short game, but it was still a fucking slog. Like some of those was like just hurry the fuck up.
Controversial take. I like ODST more than one.
That is a
Wow.
controversial
That is a very
take.
controversial take.
Yep.
ODST
yeah,
is the bottom.
I'd agree
of
with
my
that.
list.
I'd agree with that being a controversial take. I mean,
He's like, I don't agree with that. I mean, it's a controversial
All
take.
right.
A controversial take.
A4. Best game of the year, best retro game of the year, which just means not from this year.
I know.
By the way,
I
guys.
know.
And then I'm letting the audience know. I'm not letting you know A4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We know we talked about it.
And worst game of the year.
Okay, so best game of the year. Objectively, it's probably Village. Village was really good. It is very rare for me to play a game immediately after finishing it for a second time, but I did that with Village.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna actually throw it to Inscription for best game of my favorite game of the year. That game is so fucking out there. The twists and turns it takes are insane, and it does some really clever shit with the medium. If you're even remotely interested in like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, any of those like collectible card games, play Inscription. It is right up your alley. It's so cool.
I think it's funny that you had said that no matter what, Honey Pop 2 is going to be your game of the year, and you didn't.
Honey Pop 2 is really good, but like I'm over the honeymoon, as it were. Like Honey Pop 1, Honey Pop 1 was such a revelation, and Honey Pop 2, while really good, was a lot more of the same. So I mean, it adds a lot more to the formula than Honey Pop 1 had, but not enough to make it my game of the year. And honestly, Village was just really good. But Inscription is just so out of left field as like a really cool fucking gaming experience that I have no choice but to choose that. Best retro game, everyone's picking Halo games, so it's hard for me to say. I want to say it's either Roller Coaster Tycoon,
great game,
or what was the other one that I was gonna pick? It's either Roller Coaster Tycoon or Super Mario 3D World for the Switch. Both of those are great.
Great games.
Yeah. And then as for the worst game I played this year, it's probably a tie between Altered Beast and X-Men Children of the Atom.
Both sound like quality titles.
Altered Beast, I don't know why that game is
worse.
considered a classic. It's really clunky. It's really bad. You're just dying constantly near the end. So you're just throwing quarters in the machine. And as for X-Men Children of the Atom, which is like technically the first of the Capcom like versus like Marvel fighting game, like it's the framework that would lead to like Marvel versus Capcom and stuff. That game is fine as a fighting game, but the AI just fucking cheats. Like I must have spent like 4 fucking hours one night trying to beat the final boss Magneto because he just fucking cheats. He just straight up fucking cheats. His super meter builds constantly, even if he's not attacking, and he has like a move where he can just not take damage for 10 whole seconds. Fuck that game.
There's a reason why whenever people do lists of like the cheapest bosses in fighting game history, he's up near the top. Same with Ivan Ooze in the Power Rangers movie game.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Schweiss.
All right. Well, my game of the year for games that came out this year, I also only played one game, I'm pretty sure, from this last year, which is nuts.
It was kind of like in our personal lives, kind of a really filled up, crazy year.
There wasn't a lot of games that came out this year that I was like really
And there wasn't a lot of
that
games,
I had the system to play it on.
So definitely
Speak
Resident
for
Evil.
yourself. You haven't even finished Dread.
I'm
Yeah,
working
that's
on
true.
it, bitch.
That's a current gen.
I know. That might have taken it, honestly, if I'd have beat it, but I haven't beat it yet. So.
Resident Evil 8 Village is awesome. That was a game I really wanted to play after I beat it, but Joe was sitting here waiting to go home, so I had to give him his PS5. And I have it with the PS5 because I have the giveaway copy here. And I just haven't played it because I just don't have time. But I wanted to play it like really bad after I finished it. I was like, oh man, I missed a few things, and I was like, fuck. I missed some of the animals.
Yeah, I fucked up some stuff that I wish I would have got.
There's like one animal I missed, one of the rare animals that you can find. Yeah, I missed
Well,
it.
and the unlock system, by like you do achievements and it gives you like points to unlock other shit, like
yeah, like,
immediately makes you want to go back and play it again, so you can get like unlimited ammo for different guns or like guns you couldn't normally get in the game. Like it's such a cool fucking. Plus you unlock the mercenaries like right away, and the mercenaries is fun as shit. So
It sounds to me like they're bringing back
It's okay.
the old way with RE4 with New Game Plus with cleared save files, right?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
got me sold. I
It's-
got to get to Village.
You need to play it.
It's fun.
I don't know why
From
you
the last-
bought it and haven't. I've been bugging you to play it. I've been like kind of nonchalantly because that's Joe told me that one time. He was like, maybe you should try to not sell stuff like so highly, and then people will love it. So ever since then, I'm like, yeah, Village is fun, you know.
I feel like Village is a game you could oversell and people will still like it when they play it. Like I don't think there's a way to overhype this
Yeah,
one.
I mean,
it's
if
very
all of
polished.
us-
It's very well made.
All of us liked it, even Joe. So
Even Joe.
and I'm one of the
Joe's never-
harshest Resident Evil critics.
I-
And I adore
Dylan
7.
hates it, but
If you adore
I don't
7, you'll
trust Dylan's
probably like
Resident
8.
Evil opinion.
not anymore.
Because
not-
I used to think I thought he was an OG player, and then he's telling me, yeah, I've only beat like remake and 4, and I'm like, that's it.
He beat
The fuck?
4 and 5.
Oh, I need to go
I know
through.
he
it. I need
beat
to. I need to
5.
play 5 and 6 this year. I need to beat those two.
Oh,
That's what
I
need to do.
started
Ever need a call
6.
partner? Let me know, man.
Hell yeah,
I know
dude.
what I'm doing.
I'm down.
So best game of the
I think I'm,
year.
like halfway through 5. I need to go look at it.
Resident Evil, that's game of the year. That's the only game I played this year. Retro game of the year. This one's kind of tough. I played some pretty good games this year. Some honorable mentions. We've got Demon's Souls remake on the PS5. That was awesome. Like, it's legit. It's fucking hard. It's not as hard as the other ones, though. I think this was the easiest one for me. But I also played Dark Souls 2 this year, which is fucking not easy. But I actually really like the way they built that game, because in most of the Souls games, it's kind of like Bloodborne, where you can go back and save and sit at the lantern, and then like everyone will respawn. Dark Souls 2, eventually they all die, and you can clear the whole area, which I kind of like.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I can just walk around and like kill everybody, and then I don't have to fucking worry about these a-holes just getting like one-off like slices on me and then chain ganging me.
But you got to do it like 10 times in the area.
Yeah, you have to kill them like 10 times. So it's rough, and
it's
I
just
lose.
eventually they go away.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, as opposed to never. So I really kind of like that. And like one of the listeners I noticed was playing it that I'm friends with on PSN, and I messaged him and I was like, "Oh, playing Dark Souls 2 as well, huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm doing a full clear." He's like, "I'm level 87 in No Man's Wharf," and I was like, "Holy fuck!"
Is that the second area?
Yeah, yeah. I was like, "Jesus, is it easy?" He's like, "Nah." I mean, because the levels in that game, it doesn't really help that much, but it does
Bit
help.
of stats, yeah.
It's mostly equipment, yeah. But that was a really good one.
I was gonna say, he's just like
But it
walk through the
can
rest
be
of the
hard
levels.
because of the way that the health gauge slowly fills back up instead of an auto one.
Yeah. Thank God there's a ring for cutting your death damage or your death HP thing in half, because that
The
sucks.
threshold.
Yeah. Because when you die, if you don't burn enough like effigies, you only have half health forever.
That's
until,
what they
until
introduced
you burn an effigy.
And
I
it's
get it back.
one for every time you've died. And I died probably a good 150 times in that game. So
Yeah, that's an element that they
Died
actually
more in
started in OG
that's
Demon
true.
Souls before Dark Souls came around. And so when you're in a hollowed state, you permanently have half health until you end up doing it. And that's where they bring in humanity. And since you played Dark Souls 1, you end up doing the
you
same
played
thing.
Bloodborne.
Oh, it's
Well,
Bloodborne.
played
Sorry.
Bloodborne.
Yeah, sure.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, do you lose
No.
half of your health in Bloodborne too?
No.
No.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just saying that
No,
element
so
on
the
how
way
they brought in
the way the
humanity.
health bar works in Bloodborne
That
is
is the
is when you
easiest.
get hit.
It is the easiest.
You like it goes like
But
down,
no,
but if you fight them back, because it's not
Oh,
life.
yeah, yeah,
Technically,
yeah, yeah.
what it's supposed to be is your will to keep fighting or your will to live in that dream, is what they're kind of saying. And so when it goes down, if you don't fight back, then it.
But yeah,
you'll
the
lose
system in Dark Souls 2 is similar to what original Demon Souls did.
No, I
with
know.
that. Yeah.
I played Demon Souls last
All
year.
right,
too.
what's the best one, Schweiss?
The best one has got to be Halo 3. That's definitely
right.
that's probably
Yep.
the best. That might be the best shooter ever made. Doom 2016 and Halo 3 are both the two top shooters ever.
There.
I was probably going to pick Halo 3. I
Great.
just wanted to mention some other games for the sake of, like, diversifying the list. But
Yeah,
Halo
but-
3 is totally one of them as well.
Yeah. Also, I think my fun names are a good time. Like Halo Fireteam Raisins. I think that's a good one. So
For those who are confused, it's talking about the spreadsheet that Schweiss made, and he never types in the name right.
yeah, I did Death Strand. That's the closest one.
Does he have Hentai Mosaic twice on there?
There's a second one.
No, there's Hentai Mosaic Neko Waifus, and then there's Mosaic Neko Waifus
For
2.
fuck's sake.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
There's
I
a
still have
sequel,
like 5
Everything
more
and
of those
More.
games on the back burner, so don't worry.
That's still the best one. Those two right there.
Another honorable mention, I guess, would be the Air Gaze Dungeon mode. I thought it was pretty fun. I had a good time with that. So
Well,
I don't know.
I think you and Joe are getting a divorce.
Annoying.
I think I'm ready for Chocobo Dungeon 2.
Oh.
I really actually think I'm ready for that game.
It's all right.
It's not as you haven't put the C word in front of it.
It's not Cunt Dungeon yet.
Yeah, so
it's
like
not there yet.
okay.
But I also know how to do it a lot better this time around.
I don't know how to play it.
Now it's repetitive and annoying, but
You know how to do it a lot better even without everybody?
everybody. No, yeah. What's the worst game of the year, Schweiss?
The worst game that I played this year.
Is there going to be an overlap?
I mean, this is one that doesn't have a score because we don't score things on that show. But yeah, it's got to be Heroes of Mana, dude. That was rough, and I was looking forward to that game. I was like, nice, a little RTS action. Like, I kind of had the same feeling when I played when we got to Revenant Wings until it was like the hardest thing I'd ever done, and I was ready to cry one night because like I was like, okay, I gotta play this game.
I didn't know you showed emotion.
I had to play this game, and I'm like, I'm gonna play this game, and I went home and I like sat near my couch, and I was like, I'll just play a little bit, and I'm sitting there playing Revenant Wings, and it was like 2.5 hours, and I died.
Do you remember me coming over here and spending the night playing that game for like 6 hours just on the final boss?
Yeah, I do.
I
couldn't beat it on his game. I don't know how he beat it. Because like you get too high a level and you can't beat the game.
Yeah, there's like a 10 level sweet spot where you can actually beat the fucking
you're
game.
Fucked if you're too low, and
here's the thing.
Fucked if you're too high.
That's
Revenant Wings, a
Way
fucking
better.
masterpiece in comparison to
Okay,
Heroes
tell
of
me
the
all
Horde.
this because I still view Revenant
So
Wings
much
as the
better.
worst Final Fantasy game I've ever played. Worse than Dirge.
That's
so
because
sell me
you
on Heroes of
haven't
Mana.
played the
Okay.
Mana games.
Or Dissidia NT, honestly.
Dissidia T is trash.
Especially if you don't put 200 hours into it and you don't kind of like get it. Like the first little bit, there's like 6
get
guys moving around, and you're just like, oh my god, I just got done with 1v1s for 30 hours.
Look at you, were like reliving a bukkake.
Dude.
Like,
Yeah. Oh my
Dude.
god,
Kill
there's so
the
much
leader.
cum in my eyes.
Yeah, more information can be had listened to on the Heroes of Mana podcast, where I listened to that like a couple weeks ago, and it was pretty funny. Just listen to us like fucking like
Relive.
I can't believe how bad this fucking game is.
Yeah. And you listen to Revenant Wings, it is kind of a positive review.
It's a positive review, but yeah, it's one of the worst ones.
It is, yeah.
But
Yeah, any aspect you guys were saying that were positive when you guys did that review, I'm screaming
everything
into the
it's everything
fucking thing. Like, what the fuck
every
did
problem
you guys play?
every problem Revenant Wings has, this has
a million times worse.
and then
dude.
more.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Collision.
Oh, no. Oh my god.
If you think Age of Empires has annoying collision, you have no idea. No
And
idea.
just random
I
RNG
can't
on
believe that
bosses.
they printed this game.
Yeah.
It is not done. It's not
It's half
done.
cooked. Yeah, it's half
like,
cooked.
no, dude, you would select like 3 guys.
Yeah.
There would be a fucking straight ass hallway. You would tell them to go there. But then they would just be like, "Oh, it's too crowded," even though it's
Zigzag,
not.
zigzag.
And no, not a zigzag.
Okay.
A fucking walk around the goddamn park,
Yeah.
pulling in every enemy on the way.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's atrocious.
And if you get, and it has the ability to like click on a group of units, like, hey, you get your gatherer units, you get your archers, you get your whatever.
Yeah.
And so you can quick select like 30 guys.
Yeah.
And if you tell them to go to a spot, they'll all try to go to that exact spot, and they'll just be milling around each other.
Yep.
And
I get
instead of
what you mean.
attacking the enemy that's there, they'll
They're
be
just fighting
milling
over the
around.
spot.
No, they're not fighting. They're walking.
No, I mean they're fighting over the one
Yeah,
spot
they're fighting
you told
to
them
stand
click
there
to.
for the
Yeah.
honor of fighting.
So one is like trying to get to the
It's
square
insane.
in a rotation. Yeah.
It's
I get what you mean.
Oh my god, it is so frustrating to watch, and you're watching it, and like your guys are dying, and you're just like, can't even speak.
It's a
You're just like,
RTS
I don't know
where
what
the
to do.
only way to play it where it doesn't like shit its pants is selecting one guy at a time.
Yeah, you have to micromanage the
And
fuck
hope the
out of that
RNG
game.
works too.
It's the worst. It's one of the worst games I have ever played ever.
And you can't leave them alone, even when there's no one in the way. Sometimes they'll still go the long way, and like you're like, what are you doing?
It's down there.
You're flying, no one's there. There's nothing impeding you, and you got to go stir the pot and like fucking activate all the bad guys. And like, oh, there's bad guys here, and then they come kill you.
Dude,
It's crazy.
atrocious. It's
I was getting that on
so
the last
bad.
boss in Revenant.
I can't
whatever the
believe
hell her
how
name
bad
was.
it is.
I know, but it's it's so
right.
much worse.
All right.
Definitely the worst.
But what is the official? By the way, congratulations to A4 Extreme for being the new King Hog for Nude Clan.
Yeah, I have a sound effect for that.
How many games was it? Wait,
Congratulations.
how many games did he beat?
How many games? Yeah.
A4 led the pack
Like 44.
with a total of 44 games.
44.
Second, there's a name on top.
Oh.
And I was
I'm gonna
second
have to
place
buy a
with
fucking
26.
crown.
I just like
23 for
I graciously
Joe.
give you my
Throne of
crown from
Lies.
last
Just
year,
kidding.
but also I'm glad my relationship's doing well. I don't know about yours with how many games you beat, but
My relationship's
just
doing
really-
great. I'm just saying, you're the one who killed Craig, and in the power vacuum, I appeared to take the crown.
So
here's the
it's
thing,
your fault
here's the
he's
thing,
here.
I killed
So-
Craig. I sat on the throne and I was like, this
This thing's
fun as,
uncomfortable.
wasn't as fun as I
That
thought it
wears
was
the
gonna be.
crown.
I was like, take the Iron
Heavy as
Throne,
the
bitch.
crown.
I don't want
exactly.
it.
So where's
And
your
then
crown, King Nothing?
I wanted a crown
A4
so
comes
bad.
in and he melts it. It's the one that melted the throne, and you're like, oh.
A4, like, I'm going to break the wheel. I'm
Yeah.
going to break the wheel.
That was Craig, and then you
Zach, I'm
stabbed
gonna
him to
take your
death.
fucking. I'm gonna take the King Hog.
And then
crown.
A4 came in to melt the throne.
Hey, can we
Zach, I'm
get
gonna
that?
take the
Hey,
King
so
Hog
here's-
crown.
A4, I want you. How much would it be for you to draw a comic of Craig looking like Daenerys Targaryen, and me looking like Jon Snow, and me stabbing him, like in the show for the crown?
And then
I'll do
A4 is
that
the
Let's
shit.
talk.
dragon.
I'll
We'll
do that
talk
shit for
after
free.
this. I think it'd be really funny.
Is A4 the dragon?
Can you put your face on the dragon with your nose?
Yeah.
And then the throne is just the podcast.
And your lips and your eyes.
Yeah, I want to see the glasses on the dragon's face too. Like, it'd be fucking hilarious.
And then the
Yes, I
throne
can do
is
that,
just
no problem.
just
What
the
I'm
Nude
going to
Clan
do is
logo.
I'm going to take the King Hog crown from you, Zach. I'm going to melt it down and turn it into a gold ring from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Jesus. All right. So, what is Schweiss? We'll save game of the year for last, I guess.
okay.
What is the worst game of the year according to Nude Clan?
Well, we don't have a worst game that came out this year.
No, but worst game.
So we do have a worst retro game of the year.
Well, we used to
overall,
have a
let's-
title for this, but it is just worst review of the year, basically. Worst. Jesus fucking Christ, you people! Stop leaning back in the chairs.
Stop relaxing.
our
This is
studio
not
sucks.
fun. We are not here
We are
for
here
a
to
good
work.
time.
All right.
The worst game of the year.
Worst game reviewed.
Pacify.
Pacify.
I forgot we had
Yep.
that moment
Oh
this
my
year
God.
where we
Yes.
did like the clone games for like a month.
Yeah. It's the it's.
Which one is
it the
Pacify? Which one's Devour?
See, it's the one we played after Devour, but it's the same
Now, if we had-
fucking
hold on.
game. But it's
If we had reviewed
Older
Lunch
and
Lady,
worse.
would that have been it?
Yes.
It would have been Lunch Lady.
Yes,
Lunch
Lunch Lady
Lady's
is
the most
worse.
jank.
It's the worst.
There's no physics. You can't actually hide from Lunch Lady.
You
like,
can-
have any strategy.
You can
It's-
go into a room that has two doors and sometimes trick her.
Pacify is a really cheap Steam game. It's like you guys trying to like you're trying to get this
Collective
You're
10
trying
of
to
anything.
pacify
Yeah.
the crazy chick that's haunting you in a house.
Yeah.
So
Don't get me
the
wrong,
chick
it's a
from The
fun
Grudge.
multiplayer experience. A lot like Devour. They may be janky, but they're
yeah.
fun.
And the
but,
first
like, they
level is much more playable than the second level, where
yeah.
every time the farmer goes out and eats a chicken, his health goes all the way back up. And you have to kill, like, I don't remember how many chickens it was, but it was like a lot of chickens before he gets to a chicken. And it is kind of a pain in
It's
the
like
ass.
10, yeah. It was a
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Except
Possibly one of the most fun multiplayer moments we had this year for me was getting all the goats together in the room in Devour and then just like beating the
Slamming
level.
it.
Yeah.
That
we
was
found
awesome.
ways to break Devour that way, and I figured out the farmer with the chicken thing was just kill all the chickens and then hide them inside of the dumpster.
Yeah, you gotta hide him. I remember that fucking, like, that night was so crazy. It's like, no, dude, don't let him over there. Don't let him, no. Like, yelling at him. So we actually still had fun playing that game.
It's a good
Oh, yeah.
time, yeah.
But it was like,
That's what I mean.
It's not
Like those
a
games
great
might
game.
be jank and they're probably the worst reviewed games of the year, but like possibly my favorite multiplayer moment of the entire year was contained in those games.
All right. So what is the best Nude Clan retro game of the year, Nude Clan classic of 2021?
I don't know the answer.
This is by score, so this is
Yep.
objective here.
So it's wrong,
Yes.
but the greatest game from the past, from this year that we played, Halo 1.
Halo
Combat
Combat
Evolved.
Evolved. Hell yeah.
That is the game, the retro game of the year,
Great
according
game.
to the podcast scores. With
What
a
was the runner-up?
96. Halo 3
Halo 3 was the runner.
for 93.
Okay.
So you guys are wrong.
Sorry, I gave it a perfect score. I still stand by it.
Halo 1 is better than Halo 2. Barely.
Uh,
Multiplayer wise, it's
Okay,
Halo 2
see,
is better.
That's a whole different.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
But Halo 1 is pretty good. It's a pretty damn good game. That was a lot of fun going back to.
It's a lot of fucking fun.
Pacing
A lot
in-
of fucking fun.
Pacing in 3 and the story in 3 is way better, but whatever.
Okay.
Everything in 3.
You guys put Reach above 3 too, you fucking assholes.
I thought 3 story-wise was kind of I was underwhelmed.
Oh my god,
3
I loved
Reach,
it, dude.
But
2 ODST, 1.
Fucking loved Halo 3.
Yep.
I loved it too. I
yeah,
think
that's
the
fair.
multiplayer. I mean, there's just like one thing about the multiplayer in 2 that I like better than Halo 3.
Lockout.
Swords.
It's Lockout.
Oh yeah, and Lockout. But Halo 3 has a faux Lockout, so I mean it's there.
Yeah.
It's just industrial.
I mean, like most Halos after 2 have a faux Lockout, so
It's a great
That's
level.
true.
It's a great level.
yeah, it's probably
it's a great
my
level.
favorite level.
Some might say the best.
I just think the swords work better in Halo 2.
They do. 3 is too. It's too equitable with the sword.
It is. It's like way too much.
And I'm
like,
not good at it.
well,
I'm not good at it when you put me on a level playing field. I need to like be able to dominate. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Not that I did in Halo 2 either, but
Well, Dead Islander
Yeah.
kicked our ass a
We
lot.
both.
Whooping on everyone.
we kind of got better though. Like I feel like
We
we
did.
closed in on them near the
Yeah.
end there. Halo 4, we might be catching them.
All right. So, this is it, guys. Our final award of the night, right? I'm not missing any.
No.
Nude Clan, Game of the Year. What is the greatest game of 2021 according to Nude Clan?
The game of the year, the only game we played from this year, which makes us sound like a hollow and empty award, goes to Resident Evil Village.
Well, it's a great game.
It is a
It
great
is.
game.
It was nominated for the Game Awards Game of the Year as well, so it's not like we're pulling it out of our asses.
And lost to It Takes Two for some reason.
I wonder, do they have like? Do they give?
None
like,
of us played that
votes?
though, so
The
Don't
votes.
really-
I don't think
My
our
wife
votes.
played,
Our votes don't really count for anything. Like I think they take it a little bit into account, but there's some I can't remember. It's like out of like
It's
they,
corrupt.
Like, yeah, like they choose out of like their people.
They do have a
It's-
voting panel, yeah. But my wife played It Takes Two. She said it was great. So who knows?
I'm sure it's a good game.
Yeah, but it's not Resident Evil Village. Like
It's
I'm
not
looking forward
Village.
to
No,
co-op
it doesn't
games
have
with the
big
nephew,
vampire titties
so-
in it. So
Yeah, I don't know. I think all the games looked fine. But I
does
just only
It
played
Takes
one.
Two have a giant evil baby that eats you? I don't think so.
Oh my
I really
God.
doubt
that
it.
was terrifying.
The most terrifying gaming experience I've ever
Oh, I told
had,
you, my two
bar
biggest
none.
things that I
I'm
hate in
excited
horror
then.
movies are dolls
And babies.
and hearing the baby cry. That level fucked me up, but I'm like, I don't think I can play.
that level has
I got to the
both.
point where it's like,
Inside Out Baby.
huge. And it was.
It's
I
a
wasn't.
fetus.
That's honestly the rest of the game isn't that scary.
Baby
No.
fetus
that part
no,
is
it's
extremely
really-
scary.
Resident Evil Village
Well,
is not-
okay, here the worst part was I thought it was just that one part and you were gonna get into the elevator. I didn't realize I had to run through the whole fucking goddamn basement again. Because I was like going in the corner, I'm like, oh sick, I beat the baby. Walked in and it's like and I screamed.
Dude, I fucking like.
In real time, I was like, "Ah!" There, A4 was in the chat with me.
Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
screamed and I was like, lost all bearing of where I was supposed to be.
Yeah, you're like,
fuck,
which
like,
way?
"Ah, it's back!"
I didn't die, but I was like.
I didn't either.
I
I
was
made
very
it. I
tense.
ran. But I was like, go,
awesome.
go, run, goddamn it, go, go, go,
Village
go,
Village
go.
is not that scary of a game, but that like 90 minutes is like the most pants-shittingly terrifying part of any
Yeah.
video game I've ever played.
The
I said
only
it in
other
review,
scary
and I'll say
part-
it again. Konami, you do not have to make PT anymore. Capcom already did it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting huge PT vibes from Baby and Fetus and yeah.
Between this and Death
Literally,
Stranding,
like
it's
this
done.
section of Village is just they made PT. Like
I'm sold now. Hell
The,
yeah. I'm gonna go home and play it.
The only other part that freaked me out was the very end with those like mech humanoid things.
Oh, yeah.
There was one part in there where I was like trying to kill a guy and it's fucking pitch black, and I'm like, fuck.
You're trying to get the headshot. You're like, yeah, fucking say.
And the only light I'm getting is like his thing grinding
when
on
it,
the
like,
ground, and then the explosion from my shots, and I'm like, fuck, he's getting closer. Yeah, it's like it's just as frantic as this speech.
Yeah, as you're throwing the mic away from
Yeah,
your mouth.
yeah. I'm so scared of remembering it that I just can't. But yeah, game of the year for the show.
That's fun. That
Congratulations,
bothers me.
Capcom.
All right, guys.
The only
well,
game of the year that counts.
let's play some more games next year, shall we?
Yeah, let's do.
Yes.
hey, I'm way ahead of you. Whenever you guys want to join me, you may do that.
All right.
But for this year, he's saying we need to have more game of the year games done. you
All
know?
right. Okay,
Yeah.
guys.
Caliber.
Definitely.
That's it for this episode. Congratulations to the winners. Thank you for listening. This has gone a little long, so we got to wrap it up. But we'll see you guys next time.
Live always in the nude.
Oh, I miss my vampire Dommy mommy.
Long live the hog.
Walk with your cock held high.